Okay. Everybody can see their comments.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Y'all, we already got a Women Who Whine co-host in the comments talking about, I can't wait. I'm so anxious to hear what our panel of men have to say. Okay. So welcome everybody. How everybody doing tonight?
Good.
I love it.
Good.
Highly favored and blessed.
I know that's right, child. I know that's right. Blessed and highly favored, okay? Here's Jazz. I see Tiff. I see Tameka. I don't see somebody missing that I don't see. I don't see Charms yet. Okay, so welcome everybody. Tonight we are women who are whining with the men folk tonight, okay? And we got a grown ass group of men tonight, okay? They all grown ass men. I'm going to go ahead and introduce everybody to everyone. As y'all can already see, their names are already on the board, but I just want y'all to know who we speaking with tonight. Y'all already know my beautiful co-host, my sister Beauty. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Hey. Okay. Y'all see my husband James. He's right there. Go ahead and give you a little shout out. What you sipping on? What you sipping on?
That H2O. Hold on. I gotta turn.
No,
turn it.
Not do H2O. Smart water, okay? Smart water.
I didn't say smart water.
Okay. So we have Mr. Joseph.
Hey, Tameka.
Hey, what's going on?
All right. Mr. Joseph, are you sipping on anything tonight?
I'm just sipping on some apple juice.
Why are you looking like that? Because you probably sipping on some cranberry juice.
No, actually.
What? What are you sipping on? Cranberry juice.
Some cranberry juice and orange juice.
Oh, that's very common. Okay. How you doing tonight, Mr. Phil?
I'm doing well. How's everybody?
Everybody's good. What you sipping on?
I'm sipping on the same thing as your husband James. Some good H2O. That's about
it. Y'all, you around here, okay? How you doing tonight, Mr. Matthews, the barber?
What's going on? What's going on, everyone? Yes. I'm sipping on that. I'm sipping on that essential. The battle of the waters. The battle of the...
I'm so surprised everybody's sipping on water.
What are cocktails and stuff?
I'm sipping on Barefoot Melback. That's what I'm sipping on. A deep red wine. Okay.
This episode gonna be called Men Who Water, I guess, because
He said Men Who Water. But guess what? That's good. That's good. I ain't throwing no shade at nobody drinking some water, okay?
Tameka says she's drinking jam jar.
Oh, she's drinking jam jar. Just so y'all know, all the Women Who Whine co-hosts are all in the comments tonight. So Tiff says she's drinking on H2O as well.
Jasmine says she's drinking White Claw.
White Claw. She a 5%er tonight, child. A 5%er. All right. That's might as well say water too. That's what Tameka says. She agree with you, Phil. Men who water. Okay, so let's just jump right into this tonight. Last week, everybody that has just came on. Last week we had a discussion with all of the women who won, and the question that we asked each other was, who is the most disrespected, neglected, and unprotected? Was it the Black woman or the Black man? We all had our opinions, but for the most part, we all agreed that we felt like it's the Black woman that is unprotected, disrespected, and neglected, okay? So we wanted to ask this same question to the men, and we're just very interested on hearing what the men will say, and just see y'all perspective on that same question. So, and when you say what you think, I really want you to break it down for me, okay? Get us to understand how y'all think, okay? So, with that being said, whoever want to have the floor is yours right now. Men, I need.
Thank
you.
Go ahead, Phil. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, I think that's a layered type of it's a layered answer, because if you look at the structure of a family, of course, as it's supposed to be the structure of a family, as the man is the head. So I believe that the most disrespected in today is the Black male. The most unprotected, of course, is the Black woman, because if we remove the Black male, or the Black male is disrespected, who's left to protect that Black woman? But I believe the biggest picture that we're missing is the most neglected is our Black child. Because if you destroy the man and remove, or as in terms of what they would consider a conquered woman, then now you're left with an unprotected, neglected child, and now that child can be molded in any way that whoever has control wants them to be. Strategically, not to go too far, but strategically, as we know the world we live in, that has always been a plan to destroy the Black family anyway. And once you couldn't destroy it by force, you destroy it mentally. So by disenfranchising or removing a male, you leave the Black woman unprotected. If she's unprotected, she can be manipulated or whatever, and now you have all reins on a Black child. And I think Black men and Black women both got to stop kind of infighting about how I feel about you, or you not doing this and you're not doing that, and focus on our children. And then once we do that, the Black male and the Black woman will be protected, because they'll grow up under protected umbrellas. So if we focus on that, I think it'll kill a lot of this, because right now a lot of women are going to say, well, it's the Black woman and she's not being protected, and Black men going to feel as though, well, Black women are disrespecting us and we're not. So fumbled around. I believe that we losing focus on what's most important. And I think when you protect the Black child, that means a man and a woman is there, and the Black family is still structured together. It wouldn't be everybody is protected, respected, and nobody be neglected in that manner. So it's my point.
Okay.
Phil, you broke that thing down, brother.
Enlighten us.
I know. I was like, the light just shines on me.
I'm telling you, Phil took exact words out my mouth, word for word. I gotta agree 100%.
But we still want your perspective.
No, we still want.
I mean, my perspective is literally everything Phil said. You know, from being disrespected as the Black man, everybody's trying to demasculate us from women. So the Black women don't understand that society has put us in a match against each other, right? And when I say against each other, I mean in the Black woman and the Black man. We're fighting each other trying to be king, right? So if our Black women are doing it, if society's doing it, that leaves us disrespected. Like, we're low on the totem pole. You have the LGBTQ ahead of us. You have the Black woman ahead of us. You have, white. I mean, you disagree. I could come back on that. And so That's why I feel like we're disrespected. You know, they want to demasculate us. You know, that's the whole world. Unprotected is definitely the woman. Like I said, if we're disrespected, then that means our house unprotected. You know, and so definitely the black woman is unprotected, and the kids are the ones that's neglected because they're not getting the time or attention that they need from the black man or the black woman. So that's my perspective. I can't wait to hear your feedback, Beauty. I can't wait.
You can't wait to hear who feedback.
Your sister. You talk about she disagreed. Yeah, all right.
Okay, so I know you want the mic.
Huh?
No,
let them, I'm good. Let them continue.
Oh, she said.
You letting them speak. Mm-hmm.
Oh, she want to go last.
Y'all got the floor, man. Y'all got the floor. So who's that?
I mean, I mostly agree with what Phil was talking about. I think the men, but we've been put in a position because we have become failed leaders, you know, as men, and staying in the household and becoming leaders and carrying on that leadership role. But society has put us out along with, you know, the way things happen. You know what I'm saying? So the black man he's being attacked from all angles. If you look at it, you know, he's being attacked in the household. He's being attacked outside of the household, law enforcement, government. If we've been become last. You understand?
You said, do we understand?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all finish talking. Because I'm pretty sure we got some rebuttals. Okay, Mr. Long.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard for me because I agree with all the gentlemen in here, but then I kind of disagree a little bit. And here's why. I agree that we are definitely disrespected, but sometimes we put ourselves in that situation to be disrespected. That's one of my major issues. Black females are neglected, yes. At the same time, sometimes they put themselves in that position to be neglected, right? And where am I going with that? So, I mean, with what's going on in the world, you know, I see a lot of our sisters not really appreciating who they are. I've seen a lot of self-esteem issues. I've seen a lot of issues when it comes to pride. When it comes to pride within our own skin, I see issues when it comes to, I don't know, dark-skinned sisters versus light-skinned sisters. I see issues with males when it comes to, you know, our black men being judged by what we look like, where we come from, and being in the, you know, in the field that I'm in. And I understand totally where Phil coming from. I mean, he hit it right on the spot along with Joe and Nafis the barber. But you know, I'm torn because of so much that's going on, to where, you know, I try to figure out, you know, for me, being a black male growing up in a household with a mother and father, that's where it kind of stemmed from. You know, seeing my mother come cook, or seeing my father come home every day, that two income household, and seeing the way he treated my mother, that kind of set with me. So when I became a male and when I got married, those are some of the traits that my father instilled with me to take care of my family and so forth. So it's kind of, you know, if we had a son and we don't, it's one of those things where I would teach my son to make sure you provide that chivalry for our black women, not just our black women, any woman. Make sure you provide that respect to our black women and black men. I don't know. It's kind of a tough question for me, because of what we see in society, and because of what, you know, some of our females don't respect themselves. So sometimes you put yourself in a situation not to be neglected. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at with that.
Or to be disrespected too.
Right. Correct.
So
I think the promotion of disrespect into blackness has become, as crazy as it may sound, it's actually a commercial industry now. Like, it's commercialized. Like, it's pushed into who we are, into a lot of us who we are. When you just go from we all see it from the music that they make sure they beat over our heads over and over and over and over again, to the images that they like to portray. Actually, even the black family dynamic has been flipped up. It's been flipped around so much. Like, as Nafis said, it's a lot more promotion of emasculating a black man, and then more promotion of making a black woman more masculine. I look at a lot of things, like, even we go back to, like, just not too long, with all the how can I, not the riots, I was about to say riots, I'm about to sound like the news people. All the protests within, the protests over
the mob.
And if you notice, it was a whole lot of, if you're not on it, it's slickly done, but it was a whole lot of promotion of showing black women in front, and they put the microphones and wanted a lot of the black women speaking the power and all that, which is fine. But when they do that, a lot of black women don't understand. Sometimes when they put you in a position like that, is to leave you unprotected. Because if I can kind of give your presentation to the world is that you're a very hard-nosed, masculine, right in your face type of woman or type of person, it almost takes away some of your feminine part of you, because it makes you look like this powerful, I'm rah, the angry black woman. So yes. You see that, and if you see, it allows a lot of people to say, well, I don't have to treat her as the coddle her or treat her as this soft woman. I can almost treat the black woman as I would want to treat the black man. I could treat her with force. So then they show so many images of, as bad as it sounds, emasculating black men. So now the man isn't, a force. I made the woman seem like the force. The second something happens to a woman, it's like, well, where are the black men protecting us? Where are the black men protecting us? But those strong, those forceful black men have kind of got pushed to the side. It's sad because if a firm black man speaks against anything LGBT or LB, he's labeled, he's homophobic, he's that's wrong, that's any of that. So what happens is it starts to look at saying, well, who's really going to protect you? Because if I'm a certain way, I got 20 negative titles attached to me. So I think we got to start flipping the dynamic back. And again, it's a unit. We got to do it as a unit. Black men, we got to kind of take force in our families back. Black women got to kind of sometimes say, you know what, black man, you're right. I don't have to argue you down. I don't have to be confrontational with you on everything. I watch a lot of things. I see sometimes, this kind of turns my gears too. I'll see a black woman, right, and a black man. Say we take a sport like football. I see it because I used to coach youth football. It'll be a man who's a coach and a woman who probably has no clue whatsoever about the game, and she will argue that man about what he don't know what he doing and this, that, and the other. And it's like, you have no idea what you're talking about. But just because it's a black man, you want to be confrontational with him and talk to him a certain way. Then I'll go watch another game. It could be out in the county somewhere, and you see a difference in interaction. You don't see as much other groups, the women like just being very confrontational with the men and stuff like that. And I think a lot of that dynamic has been pushed into us with the black woman be independent, black woman be this, black woman be that. The more you start to feel as though I don't need a black man or anything, that you start to put yourself in the position of a black man. So now I don't have to respect the black man a certain way. And that's where some of the disrespect comes in. And I said, as far as with black women, as far as unprotected, a lot of black men, again, as I like what your husband James said, a lot of black men, some of us weren't raised by men. So a lot of them take on a lot of female traits, and they get a little itchy and want to fuss with women a lot. And a lot of men, since they have a lot of female traits, they're not going to be firm and protecting a woman the way they should, because instead of kind of maybe taking accountability or onus or something to do something, they want to get kind of bitchy, like in a way, and I don't want to speak to you no more. So now that woman could go out, and who knows things that can happen to her out in the world. I always say, as a black man, no matter if it's a friend, a family member, a person you a relationship with, you should be giving her some kind of, y'all should be putting some kind of game within each other of respect, protection, and knowledge, so that y'all both grow. Even if it doesn't work, we got something from each other. And a lot of people don't do that no more. It's just, our whole dynamic is so flipped around. I'll just be lost sometimes talking to people, because you got, as Fee said, you got men acting like women, you got women acting like men, you got fussing and fighting. It's insane.
Okay,
It's insane.
Mr.
But go ahead.
Wine.
All right, Phil, I hear you.
Phil, they want
A
to know,
lot
are
of
you
that
married?
stems from the upbringing.
Yeah. I didn't hear you. Did you say
Phil,
again?
they would like to know, are you married?
No. I'm a single man, a father of one, who's a 20-year-old young man, sophomore in college right now.
Okay. All right.
Phil,
Phil, you done got. Go
as
ahead.
James was saying about upbringing, that does have a lot to do with it. I mean, I've been kind of on both sides of the fence. I was raised partial of my life by my mother as being a single parent, but I also had my stepfather there for having my life raising me also. So he installed a lot of those things that you would speak of your father early in me, that I was able to keep in me even after their separation. And even at their separation, you know, your parents should continue to parent. So my father, I was still there to parent me every day, to teach me certain things about, being a man, and then also once I had a son, things that I just had to I'm looking at him, and just things that I had to kind of learn on the fly myself and help put in him. Like you said earlier, I teach my son to respect women as a whole. So it doesn't matter if it's black woman, white, whoever it is, he gives respect to women, period. So he never has a situation where you say a woman doesn't feel disrespect, neglect, or whatever. Because if you're a female, from family members to friends and everything, you just be good to woman. You just be good to the woman. You know what I mean? And that will it'll make her be more secure in you. And I'm like that with even my friends, female friends, whatever,
They say basically you a yes woman.
Yeah, they say you want a yes woman. They say he want a yes woman. The
See.
That's what the comments are saying.
That's what the comments are saying. They're saying that you want a yes woman.
See, and that's they not listening. They're not listening. That's the problem. They're not listening. Phil,
we are listening.
Phil just
no, it's two different kinds of listen. You can listen with your ears, or you can listen with your emotions.
Really?
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
That's exactly right.
I'm doing both.
So with Phil,
men do too.
People do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But with Phil, out of all that Phil just said, right? He said, and I know cultures are different. When you have the black woman who's trying to go head to head with the black man, trying to, because of the things that has happened to the black woman over years of being pushed down, oppressed, now women want to buck up and say, look at me, I'm capable of doing all of these things as well, right? But the problem is, when you're bucking up, proving that you can do all these things, you're bucking up against your black man, right? Instead of like I always tell people, look at Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama, she's a powerful woman. She's a powerful woman. Very powerful woman, right? But she let her man run the country and had his back. She probably made more decisions than he did. He was just the voice of it.
I agree. I agree that Michelle Obama did make a lot of decisions.
Right, but
I do.
but we live in a time where the black woman want to be out in the front making the decision and letting people know that they're making the decision. You know, instead of saying, "Hey, babe, this is what you should do. Hey, babe, let's try this." But you be the forefront. I got your back, and that's the issue. That's why black men are are feeling disrespected, because why do I have to fight with you to be the man of the house? How does that make sense?
Okay, so now I'm going to challenge you now since you said that, okay? You said
Yes,
the black woman, okay? You said black woman is like, bucking up to her black man. So this makes me ask that question, okay? Black men always don't choose black women. So when you get a Becky or a Karen, it seems like y'all want that like submissive like type woman.
No. See, that's what black women love to say. Y'all don't like a challenge. Y'all don't. First of all, no, I don't like a challenge from my partner. Wait. I don't want to challenge my partner. Challenge me to meet my goals. Challenge me to lead my family to where we need to be. Don't challenge me when I walk in the house. That's a little different. So when black women say, "Oh, y'all like somebody that y'all can just walk over," no, we like somebody that we can have fun with, laugh with, and not have to argue with. There's a difference.
Okay,
but
I gotta ask you this question: are you married or single?
Single as a dollar bill.
Okay, Joe, are you? Somebody was dollar bill. Joe, are you married or single?
I'm married 24 years.
Okay, you 24 years, and James, you already know you married. Okay.
Is your sister married? Wait, is your sister married?
Demetrius, are you married?
No. No, I am not.
Okay, so to me, I really
I got Steph.
Huh? What?
Okay. I just had something to say real quick. I kind of see where he's coming from when if we're talking about black women, right, being protected or neglected or disrespected, we shouldn't throw white women in there. Let's just focus on black.
Okay.
I can agree. Let's stay on topic, which is the black woman.
Right. Focus on the conversation. Can you hear me?
He finished. He just saying focus on the black dynamic. So finish your stream of thought.
Okay, so since I'm just gonna be focusing on us, black men and black women, I'm gonna say this. I'm a wife, 26 years, rolling up on 27, okay? And there have been times
the internet.
There have been times in our marriage where I've had to take the lead because my husband was deployed, and I was left at the house, to take care of the family. However, I can be the lioness, okay? However, I can also allow my husband to be the lion. He is the man of our house. If we don't agree on something, don't shit happen. We don't go back and forth challenging each other and like, okay, it's gonna be my way, you gonna do this, and this is how it's gonna be done. Sometimes I just think people don't know how to have a relationship. You feel me? Some people don't know how to have a relationship. So my husband was raised by, mother and father in the household, up until a certain time. And then I've been raised by a single mother. So she had to be the mama and the daddy. Okay. So she has always had masculine energy when it came to being the voice, the protector, the whole shebang. However, just because that's how I was raised, that's not who I am. I will stand up and I'll go head to head with you if you take me there now, okay? But I'm not fighting my king, okay? I'm not fighting it. He is the man of the house. takes care of all of us. He takes care of the family. He protects us. He does all of that. At the same time, I think sometimes y'all, okay, and I'm gonna tell y'all like not feast and feel. I think y'all probably feel like you don't want the woman to have a voice.
No.
We never said that. We never said that.
No.
Yeah, I don't think I didn't interpret that either, babe.
Okay, so
now, something I did catch real quick though, and this is something that I don't know if any other fellas caught this. You said something. You said, I'm the lioness, and you was like at times, but I could be the lion. The thing is, no, you're just gonna always be the lioness, but you're just a powerful lioness. The thing about that, but
I'm just a what?
You're just
a powerful lioness.
A lioness.
What happens is what you said, just subconsciously, a lot of women fall into that. Well, I'm the lion, and it's almost like a gender. Like you're always going to be a woman, so be the lioness. You just be a powerful lioness. That's the thing. That's the challenge. Why are you trying to become a lion when just be the lioness? And that's what Nafis is saying. That's where the confrontation sometimes comes in, because you can still be. It's like a man. If a man is a single father, right, and he say, I had to take on, the mom was got to take on that role too. He's like, I'm just a lion. When I had to be nurturing to my daughter because she has no mother, I'm not a lioness. I'm just a lion still taking care of my cub. And sometimes that's what it is. It's almost like he's saying the dynamic is like when I say a woman almost say, well, I'm going to be the man too. No, just be a powerful woman. You're still celebrated as that powerful woman. Single mom, my mother, when she did it, all she did for us, she's an incredible woman. She's just she's just a incredibly powerful lioness. She's not a lion. She's an incredible, beautiful lioness. And as long as we kind of keep that, it won't. I think that's where that confrontation be coming in, because like, well, I'm wearing your pants too. And it's just like,
I wear the dress, but I like pants too. Okay?
No, it's fine to wear pants, but we just say, just don't actually take our pants.
Oh no, never, never. I mean, and maybe that's the difference with me. I know my role as the wife. I'm here to support, encourage, inspire him, push him when he may want to just let it go. I'm his backbone. Okay. Yet at the same time, he's the same thing to me. So, like I said, sometimes people don't know how to be in relationships. And it can be, like you said, from your upbringing, or it can be, been in a bad relationship and then had a bad experience. So you don't even know what right look like, okay? So when right may hit you in the face, you gonna be like, oh shit, no, he being soft, or he being a punk. And then to me, that's where the disrespect may come with a woman disrespecting a man, because that's not something you used to. So if you're not used to it, you don't know what right look like. Sometimes right could be right in your face, and you just passed up, somebody that possibly could have been your potential husband or wife. You know what I'm saying?
So can y'all tell me what y'all the ladies, what was y'all disrespected, unprotected, and neglected?
Okay, so Tanisha, I've been talking. I'm gonna need you to talk a little bit too. Okay.
Because I have a lot to say.
Okay, we're going to start saying some of it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I was reading some of the comments, and a lot of them have issues with Phil's views. I mean, Phil, you started out strong, and then it just went left. Okay, so everybody's saying that the black man is being attacked all the way around, but then you had a few of y'all saying that we're attacking you, which I don't feel, and most of the eclectistas don't feel that we are attacking you. We try so hard to have that concern and compassion for our black men, but it's never reciprocated when it comes to us. So you're saying we're battling you, but sometimes we're here, we're trying to get points across, but just to make sure that we're not hurting your feelings or stepping on your ego, it becomes this whole argument for no reason. Sometimes we're trying to lead like Michelle, but then it's taken a certain way because some men are insecure about what they're not capable of doing in the household. So you'll support us to be great at a certain extent, but if we become too great, then it's an issue. So I would say, because we had this whole conversation about the strong black woman. Okay, but you're saying we're being masculine, but we're just being assertive and making sure things are getting taken care of. We've always been that person. Obviously, you was raised in a house with a mother only until she got remarried, right? So if we're being strong to make sure that our household is taken care of, because it's in history, black men have left the black woman, or it's that ain't my baby. I ain't did that. I don't know. She been sleeping around. That ain't my child. And then everybody get missing when they're needed. But then you want to complain about us trying to be masculine. You're making us that way because we're having to step up into the role of a man because we have to play both the roles in the household when you're not there. So how can you say that we're not being attacked or we're not being left unprotected? I understand the whole part of you saying that the child is neglected, but we're taking on a dual role of trying to make sure that the child is not neglected when the father gets missing.
Yes.
Do we always want to take on that role? No, we don't. Do we want our men to be there? Yes, we do. You see more white people married, and I understand, James, we're talking about the black people, but you see more white people statistically married versus black household. So you're always leaving the black woman there to have to take on those roles that you're saying.
71%.
Can,
Hmm?
Much.
can,
71%.
can I step in on that
71%.
one? Can I step on that on one part? I think
Okay.
that's another big, terrible misconception, and I think that's been put upon us because of the fact of marriage. They make that. Do you realize? And that's what they try to play those statistics off of, as far as who's taking care. This whole thing of that, if they're not married, that father isn't there, because they're not married, so the woman is left to take care of the kid. Me and my son's mother are not married. No, what I'm saying is, but when we say those things, when it was just saying like, well, we left to do those by ourselves and stuff. So statistics would say that my son's mother is a single mother because she has a birth certificate of a child, random our names on it, but she has no marriage certificate. So if any court system or anything was in it, she would be looked at. She would be statistically put it as a single mother. My son's mother has not been a single mother for a day in her life. She's a single woman, but not a single mother. And a lot of people confuse that. A lot of women say, well, I'm a single woman, so that means I'm a single mother. And what you said about leaving me, I know so many men who are also incredible stepfathers or just men who maybe not even married to a woman, but are like stepping fathers for a lot of these children. And sometimes I see it a lot where a lot of this is based off, well, I'm a single mom, and you got a boyfriend for 5 years who's been taking care of your 4 kids. None of them are his, not saying anybody, but just none of them are his, but he's taking care of those kids, or he's helping you play that part. But they'll still be out here saying that they're a single mom and they're this and I'm this. And it's like, that is, it's almost like sometimes I think we get into pity parties, both black men and black women. We get in these self-pity parties to get sympathy, and it's like, we gotta cut this shit out, man. Like seriously, because I be seeing it a lot. As plenty of fathers, me myself, and any women. If I date a woman long enough and we connect like that, trust me, even if her father's there, I'm still the type of person that any guidance, I don't step on anybody's toes, but any guidance or love or whatever, because my thing is, if I deal with that woman, if I have any love or care for that woman, I've got to distribute that love and care for a child too, because that child comes with her. And a lot of men do that. I know plenty of men do that, and I still see a lot of women that some of that be a little pity party. Not saying all, Miss Beauty, but some of that do be a pity party for some women with that, these men ain't step. and then accountability. Some women be doing some trifling stuff out here.
And most men be on some trifling stuff.
Yeah, I'm not even.
Again,
not
that's what I
even.
say. Accountability is men and women both. They do.
So I've seen a lot of men that step up in those roles as well. However, they're still a single parent. You ain't the parent still. You may be there to help out. Great. Kudos to you. But what we're saying is that man who actually helped father that child is not there. So when it comes to that point, they're doing the best that they can. They're trying to be the doctor, be the teacher, be the mama, be the daddy, be this, be that, do everything, and we carry everything on our backs. So we're supposed to feel like, okay, well, you lay down with a man, you would think, okay, whatever, when you make that decision to lay down with that person, whatever comes with that, you should be willing to stay there and stand tall and do what you got to do. But that ain't always the case.
That's not always.
It ain't always the case.
No.
So with that not being the case, we have to we can't show that we're weak, because we have to make sure that everything is getting taken care of. And I think people get complacent because they think, oh well, the black, she gonna take care of it anyways. Why can't I say fuck my responsibilities and just go off and do whatever? I can't. I birthed that child. So now I got to make sure that child didn't ask to be in this world. I have to now make sure that that child is taken care of and not be neglected. The men just can go parlay, do what they want, go fuck something else, have other babies and do what they want to do. But we around here got to be stuck in the house unless you have.
That's the norm.
Can I ask y'all something?
I ain't say that's the norm.
Oh, okay.
But that's the case.
Can I
It shouldn't be the norm.
Do y'all believe
Who is that wanting to ask
believe,
something? Is that you, Nafis?
Nafis? Yeah, yes. Do y'all believe that words are powerful?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's
I'm gonna
power.
give y'all a list of words. Independent woman. I
That's
got
what we.
man of the house. I have to be the man of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Single mother.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Those are three things that women call themselves. Right. You never hear men saying those three things about themselves.
Okay, what's the three things again? You said independent woman,
Independent
Man
woman,
of the house.
man of the house.
man of the house, single. Right. I'm a single father. I have raised mine since he was 5 years old. I have never once said I'm a single father.
I need to borrow her charger.
Right? Never said I'm an independent man. Hey, I'm an independent man. I'm supposed to be independent. Right? Man of the house. I've never said I'm the woman of my house. I'm the man and the woman of my house. I've never said those things. Now, as Beauty, like you said, things that happen, women have had to step up, right? But when you step up, like Phil said, that doesn't mean you call yourself out of who you are or feel like you have to be the man of the house. No, you are the woman of the house and you're handling duties. You are a single woman.
But that's the stigma that's been placed on our backs.
No. What happened is, yes, the stigma is placed on your back because black men going way back has been taken out of the household. I understand it. That's what I'm saying is I understand circumstances, right? But when I say power of word, when women start thinking I'm an independent woman, that takes on a whole demeanor. Mm-hmm. When you say I'm a single mother, that takes on a whole demeanor. I'm the man in the house, that takes on a whole demeanor. So it's not so much of, like I said, I understand why women had to step up and be the head of the house, but the demeanor behind those words are powerful. And when you start thinking like that, your everything changes.
So you're upset because we say independent?
No.
I hear plenty of men say that they're single fathers. So just because that may not be your testimony, some people that say that.
We only say that when we talk to a woman trying to get at it. That's
I cannot. He only say that when they trying to holler at something. Yeah, I'm a single motherfucker. You know, I'm taking care of that.
That's part of the rap game, huh?
Right,
that get you brownie point.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my yeah. Yeah.
I'm out
Okay.
here being mom and dad, huh?
So,
Right, I'm
Joe,
out here being mom and dad.
so Mr. Joe.
So Joe, they say they want you to talk.
Yeah,
They say
Joe.
you must be a good listener. They say but that's why you've been married for so long.
That's what they said.
These other two, I can't.
I mean, it's interesting conversation. I do agree with the brother about being a women being referred to as the man in the house is just a word that's been thrown out there that's it's just negative. She'll never be the man of the house.
I've never quite heard that for a woman. I've heard of head of the house, not so much as man of the house. I've heard women say they're the head of the house because a man is not in the household.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is.
Nah, bruh, you gotta come correct.
Yeah.
In your marriage, are you the lion and your wife the lioness?
I'm definitely the lion. I'm definitely the lion, and my wife, she's, she submits under me. I'm the authority of the house. Ultimately, it has to go through me, and that's the way it is. But some women don't want to hear that. But women will follow a person that's leading. Leading the family in the right direction. They'll naturally follow. They don't want somebody who's not going to lead and be the man of the house. So, things little minute things that don't matter, she can have it. So I'll let her go. And I think it's much, in especially the black women, because the black women been leading for so long.
Okay, well, I can at least say I'm glad you can acknowledge that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I got a grandmother. I got a mom, so okay. I know.
James, why are you laughing? What's funny?
I'm just laughing at Joe. I'm laughing. Joe said he had Joe. Joe said he had Joe.
You sound like Joe Clark.
No, but what Joe said, this is me talking like how Deion Sanders say, what he really saying is, all right, what Joe is saying is, you know what, you lead by example, man. You lead by example. When a woman sees a strong brother that's leading by example, she's going to follow. Lead by example is taking care of your household, providing for your family, doing everything that a man's supposed to do when it comes to the head of the house. As long as you do that, she will follow, right? But there are times where we as males have to compromise. There's a point in marriage where you have to compromise with your wife, with your loved one, with your spouse, when it comes to certain situations, when it comes to things that are going on in your household. So I can't just say, it's my way, it's my way, it's my way. That's it. You're going to follow. It doesn't matter what you think. That doesn't work for me. Joe, we've been married 26 years. So 26 years of being married to Steph, we basically grew up together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She was 19, I was 20. And so, at that point, you start kind of knowing what's what, what kind of leader does she want in you, and what kind of leader, you want in her. I mean, there are times where I was vulnerable and she was right there to pick me up, and vice versa. So that form of love and trust and commitment and communication, that's deep, so it goes a long way when it comes to that. So that to me is that sense of, hey, you know what? I've already done this. So she is trusting the fact that I am going to do this for our family. So it built that trust and that honesty and that communication within our family. So
you made a good point, James. Trust. Mm-hmm. So if I can't trust that you're going to lead me properly, then I'm not going to listen. And I'm going to tell you that right now. So my thing is,
I believe you. I believe you. I would believe you.
it's been situations where in life men, they get built up by the black woman, but then they leave the woman and they go to people who are more submissive or good listeners and followers, unlike us, I guess. But if I don't trust that you're gonna do the things that I need to be done, then I'm gonna continue to try to do for myself, and that's just what it is. Like if I feel like, okay, say for instance, I'm a big believer on standing on your word, being a man and woman of your words. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have nothing else, that's all you have. So if you say you gonna do something and you don't do it, that slowly start etching at my trust level or my confidence in that man, right? So me, I'm more so tell me what it is. If you can do it, do it. If you ain't gonna do it, don't even bother saying you're gonna do it because then it's a real pet peeve of mine. So if I can't trust that if you are the head and I'm allowing you to lead and I'm being everything you need me to be and everything's gonna be good, I don't want to ever be put in a situation where you feel like, oh, I need you. I don't need you. Is it great to have a good black strong man to do everything that you need him to do and lead? Yes.
Yes.
But I don't want you to ever feel like I need you. Whereas if you ever left me, I'm just out in the cold on the street, just whatever. Because you have situations like that where people they start smelling a musk. That's my grandma. They think they done got too big for their britches, and oh, I don't need her no more. I'm sure, and they go get a newer model. I don't got time for that. So I'm gonna continue to do what I have to do, and I'm not gonna say, "Oh, I'm gonna just trust that this man is gonna be my everything. I'm gonna just put everything in his hands." No, I'm gonna be independent, and I'm gonna do what's necessary to make sure that I'm never put in that predicament where I feel like if he left, it's just all over. No, I'm not gonna do it.
So,
But if I trusted that man would be that person to, if I'm at that point, then yeah, I'll sit back and let them take the lead.
So,
right
so,
now,
so, so it sounds like
Go ahead.
it sounds like I gotta be your man, married to you before you gonna let me lead,
oh, definitely.
right?
That's
Right. So. Wait, but that's the thing, though, right? That's the thing, right?
We wouldn't be first off.
I'm
We
not
wouldn't be
waiting.
getting married if I didn't feel that you could lead.
correct.
Right. Exactly. So I was wondering
So
with that.
those aspects
So
should be shown from jump. I mean, not from jump, but it should be shown before we even got to
I
that
get what you're
level.
saying.
And if we've gotten
Right.
to that level, then obviously, like Joe said, it will naturally be a progression. So it's not necessarily saying you waiting until that happens, but if we're about to take it to that next level, then we should already be on the path of me already knowing, okay, I trust that this is the person I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life, and he's gonna lead me where I need to be led.
What they saying in the comments? What they saying in the comments?
Okay, so right now it said, what if you and your husband make the same money and bring the same things to the table? Does the leadership shift to shared power?
Why should money matter?
My point exactly. It shouldn't. To me, like I said, I believe in the bond of marriage. And in the Bible, God said the man is the head of the house. He is the leader. It is for me to be his help meet. Okay? I'm his help meet. So,
I need you to say that one more time to the sisters that's listening. Say that one more time.
then I am
Please.
in the Bible, it does state the husband, the man is the head of the house, and the woman is the help meet. So look at it like this. Somebody already said it in the comments. He the head, I'm the neck. You can't have the head without the neck.
Oh,
The
Okay.
neck supports the head.
Right.
People
Right.
can say the money situation is. Most people could sit there and say, "Oh, that's not going to be an issue or whatever." 9 times out of 10, it is.
You said
9
what?
times out of 10. I said people can
You saying
say,
people
a
can
lot
say
of
that,
times people will
It's not an
say
issue.
it's not,
Yeah.
but 9 times out of 10, it'd be an issue.
but then that comes with, okay, so I read something today and it says a man with insecurities is a very difficult man to deal with, especially for a strong, ambitious woman. Anything you do to improve yourself, he will more than likely view it as a threat to his manhood. He is the type of man who will support you, but only to a certain extent.
Well,
Meaning he will support you as long as what you're doing doesn't threaten his status in any way. If it does, you will begin to notice his support will turn into discouragement, and the positive reinforcement which you were once received will slowly turn into negativity. And this will often start with subtle comments and remarks that escalate to outright anger and aggression towards you,
well,
which is, it
let's
says that
unpack
is
that.
his way of trying to compensate for his own insecurity.
Well, let's unpack that, right? Isn't that
Okay, he said,
almost
let's
that's
unpack
many
it.
people? That's many people with insecurities, though. I could watch two women had a woman, two women could come up together. One could start doing well, a little better than the other one, and if she's insecure, she'll have those same thoughts and actions towards. Like we see it, we see friendships where men and women fall apart through stuff like that. That it's kind of hard to just say, well, that's how a man's going to feel, or this, that, and the other. Now, is it insecurities? Because sometimes maybe that woman play on certain things, as Nafis would say, because I make more, you need to do better, or you need to do this. And it's like, well, damn, you happen to be an engineer that make 200 grand a year. He happens to be a school teacher that makes 65,000 a year. Maybe you need to do this, maybe you need to do that. And it's like, but you told me money didn't matter. But now you kind of, sometimes you can beat on, not saying, but sometimes people can beat on someone's psyche to make them a little more insecure in certain positions. Because a lot of women will give a lot more respect to a man who ain't shit that got plenty dough to a man that ain't got much, but is very respectful. And we see it. It's a lot of women that that's a lot of dudes.
Oh, I ain't one of them. So what? No, I'm saying.
I need you to repeat that one more time, Phil.
I said a lot of women will give a lot more respect and submissiveness, whatever you want to call it, to a man who has plenty dough than they will to a man who doesn't. And a lot of men with plenty dough know that. That's why they can sometimes maneuver the way they want to maneuver. Because on site, a lot of women can say, "Oh no, it's not like that." But as men, we see it. Now, we see it. We can see a guy that is very, very well off, and you can see how certain people will flock and cater to certain things, women to do certain things that maybe a gentleman who would be all those things that a lot of women are looking for, who's maybe not in that space, they get kind of pushed to the side, or as we would say, a little disrespected in some manners.
Man, let's face it. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be 100 real quick. I'm gonna be 100 right now. Listen, money is power.
Thank you. It is. Like, we got to stop front like it ain't.
And a lot of women think about it, right? So when we see women, right? Well, let me give you an example. Flavor of Love.
That was a bad example.
No, hold on. Where am I going? Where am I going with this?
He looking hot ass man. He looking hot ass man.
Where am I going with this? He got this show. He got all these beautiful women coming on there. Why they want him? I'm listening.
He paid.
He got money.
Status quo.
Exactly.
Power.
Okay. Power.
I'm sorry though. Money could not buy me to want to wake up and look at him every morning. That's just Stephanie. That is not evil. That's just not my preference.
But here's another thing. There are a lot of, I'm not gonna say a lot. I'm not gonna put everybody in that category. But sometimes when women make more money than men, they let it be known. They let it be known.
Yeah, me and James know some people like that.
Oh, they let it be known. Oh, I make more money than you. Oh, I make more money than you. Now, what does that do to him at that point?
Emasculate him.
It emasculates him.
right?
It does.
So is there a win-win situation?
To me, I just really think it depends on the couple. It depends on the relationship, okay? Because no matter what, everybody ain't me and James, okay? All our money go to one damn account, okay? So no matter
Hey.
who making deposits, it go to one account, okay? You talking about shush?
But
I'm just saying, we know money plays a major fact, status. Like again,
well, money plays a factor anyways. You can't do anything without money.
yeah, but women are attracted to whatever. Women are attracted to power, as James said. Women are attracted to power, and most people.
Some men are too.
Yeah, I'm agree with
Some
that.
men are too. I know I know plenty of men who date women that are in higher positions than them.
This is why I'm going to say it's a little different.
Turn your volume up, Phil.
That's different, Demetrius.
This is why I'm going to say it's a little different in that manner. Because if you look, right, you take a lot of the young, successful people or whatever, you see women, a lot of very, very successful women speak a lot about not being married yet, not being this or not finding the right man, all these type of things. Because a lot of times, as Jane said, some people get into it, some women more so they get into a certain area and they like to let it be known, I got 5 degrees, I make this amount of money. They almost lead with all these things where it's like, if it was a man who was interested and maybe he's at a little lower platform, not saying he's not successful, but he might just be at a lower platform. He's kind of feeling now like, I just met her and she's throwing all this shit in my face. I can imagine what's going to happen as we start moving down the road. You know what I mean? Like, God damn, we're not even a wine in yet, and she's throwing all this shit in my face. So she almost kind of, you're like, all right, I'm going to go over here. Men, it's a little different. Like, men with money in that manner, they may tell you about their successes or whatever, but their success is almost just saying to you, like, these are things that I'm in this space. Just almost leave what you want. I can do these things for you. I could bring you here, whatever, if you're not in that space. It's not really emasculating her. It's almost he's doing it as enticement. Look at what I have. Look at what you can be part of.
Because there's situations where some men do that too.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. No.
I got this, I got that, and they just are self-absorbed, and they just constantly talking about this stuff. You can't even get an edge word in.
So you understand the reason I'm doing it, right? Look at me. The reason why they're doing it is because they're trying to impress you.
No,
they're trying to let you. They're trying. No, they're let you know that I can afford everything. I can afford whatever you want, right?
They're trying to get at you.
When a black woman does it, for some odd reason, she's not trying to impress you. She's just trying to let you know that I'm like this.
I don't need you. That's just like Phil said.
Right. We ain't saying we got 4 degrees because we don't need you. Ain't no man doing that. No. So that goes back to the original conversation of that's a form of disrespect that leaves the black woman unprotected. Because all right, you got all them degrees, cool, go ahead. Now when you walk outside and get knocked upside your head, show them 4 degrees to that nigga that knocked you upside your head. Because you just told me in so many words that you don't need me. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, he might be a nigga with 4 degrees.
That's why they have. Hello.
I'm just saying.
Another thing I've noticed.
But that's why we unprotected. Yeah.
Phil, you really need to bring your mic closer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because they listening to you. They trying to hear you.
I'm sorry. I was kind of trying to take a little sneak.
What they saying? What they saying?
Doing man shit. But,
they saying a lot.
But I was listening.
What they saying? You gotta read them comments.
I'm gonna read them in a minute.
Miss Beauty, right? Tell me this, Miss Beauty.
Miss Beauty.
You were speaking of trust earlier, right? When it comes to trust, when meeting a man or whatever, are you big on him earning your trust, or do you trust the man when you meet him?
Earning.
Earning.
And see that right there, I think that's one of the biggest mistakes.
I don't think it is.
Make, right? And I'm gonna tell you, well, let me unpack it for you, right? If
Unpack.
I don't know you, and I'm meeting you for the first time, we're trying to get to know each other. You have me trying to earn your trust. I have never done anything to show you that I was untrustworthy. So what you're doing is whatever projection that you have from something previous, you're already making me jump that hurdle. Me
Not
personally, I
necessarily.
always feel it. Well, listen to this. If I don't know you, I meet you, right? You don't have to earn my trust. I trust you going in because I see you as a person that I don't know you, so I'm not going to assume you're a liar. I'm not going to assume you're no good. I'm not going to assume any of these things. So the only thing you can do now is break my trust by becoming or doing any of those things. And I think a lot of women, some of our sisters, have this. You got to earn my trust. Well, those type of defense mechanisms, sometimes as men coming in, are sometimes turn-offs. Because it's like, I don't feel like going through all that shit. I didn't do anything to you for you to already be having these type of barriers up that I got to fight through, and you ain't. And that's where some of the disrespect comes in, where a man feels disrespected in a way because it's like, so I got to do this. And it's like, well, I didn't, I'm listening to it as a man.
But you know what, Phil? I can't even. I totally agree with you, 100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, and it goes back to the community, right? The black woman has been hurt so much, and I'm not gonna say hurt by another man, right? Well, it has been another man, but most of the time it's the first man they supposed to love, which is their father, right? And so then once they feel a way about their father from the hurt, then they, being young, your teens, your 20s, you start dating, and they start dating people that aren't good black men who don't know how, and most of us don't know how to be good black men because most of us didn't have that example either, right? So now they dating, men who weren't young men or men who weren't taught how to treat them. Now they're hurt. They get hurt by them as well. So then by the time they get to their 30s and now they meet us, it's like, you gotta earn my trust. Wait a minute. that's when your analogy comes in there.
But that's also where accountability comes in. One thing I'm not going to do is give a pass to all women and make it where as though all women are innocent women and men are just being bad. A lot of women make a lot of bad choices, knowing they're making a bad choice. You know what I mean? Like a lot of women make a lot of bad choices, knowing it's a bad choice. But
it's a reason why, though. It's a reason why, though, Phil. It's a reason why.
A lot of women have fathers, too.
They have what?
A lot of women have fathers there, too, that are teaching them these things, but they still sometimes, like, accountability is big for black men and women. We got to start women across the board.
It's the reason why. It's the reason why. It's the reason why.
Women have fathers too.
They have what?
A lot of women have fathers there too that are teaching them these things, but they still sometimes, like, accountability is big for black men and women. We got to start women across the board. It's the reason why. It's the reason why. It's the reason why.
Who TV on?
They have what? Somebody got some background.
Okay, so when I say you have to earn my trust,
hold on. A black woman comes in, disturbing, messing up the groove of the house.
Don't do her. However, when I say you have to earn my trust, I'm not saying I'm putting these other stigmas on you. I'm just saying you have to earn my trust. I don't put nothing past nobody, and that's just off rip. Anybody is capable of doing anything. But what did I also say? I said I am a real firm believer on your word. So the trust part plays into your word. So if you say something just nonchalant, you say it, I'm listening. You do it, I respect that. You say it, shit don't happen. That just slowly start. Okay, this nigga, he stay lying. I don't know why he be.
But if you already don't. But if I'm already trying to.
No. You don't. But you don't know that you earning it. I'm not saying, oh yeah, we in a conversation or we having a whole thing about, oh yeah, so when I'm talking to you, this and this, and you just gonna have to earn it. I don't trust. I'm not saying all that. We just have a natural conversation, doing what we do when we do what we do, and I'm just listening to you. and I'm listening and I'm watching your actions. Your words need to match up. If your words don't match up, then I'm not gonna trust you. Period.
Do you really
So
do
beauty.
you think that we don't know that a woman has us earning their trust? Like, do you think
I didn't say that.
I'm just
No.
saying,
But you said that's where we make the mistake at, is that we want you to earn it versus giving it to you.
No. He said no. That's not what he said. He said you're telling it to us, like
Telling
we
me
don't
what?
already know
again,
that you got to earn it.
here's the thing with the trust.
Right, but
already
he's
know
saying
it.
he just goes into a situation automatically just giving trust. No, I don't. That's crazy. That would be asinine.
No, that's completely
No.
What you're
No.
thinking is I'm
So,
going
hold
into
on,
a situation, giving everything.
Phil,
When I say trust is
Phil, you need to
yes,
come closer.
trust is okay.
Yes.
Trust
Okay, there
is,
you go. There you go.
trust. When you say earn it, it's not when you confusing trust like as far as me saying I'm giving you my heart right away for you to break it. No, trust is just me coming into a situation, not putting any barrier there that I feel as though you have to knock down. Like I said, when I'm meeting someone, right, they don't earn anything from me because I don't know them yet for any negatives of them. So when I come in, my thing is me and you met, Beauty. You don't have to earn anything from me. I'm coming in trusting what you're saying to me. As you said, if you say something to me or if I give you my word on something, I'm trusting that that's what you come through with. So what happens is over time, you break the trust that I had for you. This is one reason why I tell people, if you do certain things a certain way, your relationship matter if it falls apart or whatever, y'all still have a certain level of respect for each other and a lot of things. Because if you truthful, you're honest, we know all that type of stuff. But I trust you right away, right? So if things go accordingly and that trust falls apart, then it showed me we weren't for each other because you broke all the trust barriers. But if you come in, if I gotta earn this, like we said, if I'm slowly just figuring out, because as men trust, but we know we're trying to earn a woman's lore or whatever.
Mm-hmm. By saying you're a single father.
You said what?
I said, by saying y'all single fathers.
So we are. Well, I don't say I'm a single father. I say I'm a single man. I'm a single man with a son. That's what I say. I'm a single man with a son. You know.
So that's just Nafis's story. That's just Nafis's testimony.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? Hey, Feast, I'm with Feast every once in a while. We might want to throw out there, because I'm the mom and the dad. So that woman feels as though, he a nurturer too. He a nurturer too. So then, that's brownie.
So if you saying that you can tell when we're trying to make you earn our trust, you don't think we can tell when y'all full of shit?
Definitely. Didn't I say accountability earlier?
Oh, okay.
A woman could call a man full of shit, right? And still want to go and dig and create something with that dude. And then when it play out that way, she want to say, see, these men ain't shit. You knew he wasn't shit. And then what you say? The next dude you meet, you gonna have to earn my trust. Oh, because he wasn't shit. You knew he wasn't shit. You still went down the road with him.
Wait,
so I gotta go.
Hold.
That's true. I got something to say to that.
Okay. Go ahead. Hey, Tamika.
Hey, y'all. I had to get myself together.
They come in disturbing the peace.
What'd you say? Don't do it. Don't start.
Don't do it.
Now, please
Remember
notice
who house you in now.
Well, I mean, on this topic right here, I do like, for me, I'm giving you my trust. So I don't look at it as being earned. I never did. I feel like when I'm dealing with somebody, you got it. Like, it's up to you as far as what you do with it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the type of person where once you fuck that up, I'm good. I'm done. Yeah. Because I already gave you no part about earning. I don't understand that part. So I do agree with Phil, and I think Nafi said something about the same thing. But I do agree with that because I've always been that person that I don't feel like I meet somebody and they have to earn it. And it's almost like, okay, you don't know me, I don't know you. What I'm telling you is, if I'm telling you who I am, this is who I am. And if you show me something different where I got to be figuring out and all, I'm not doing none of that. I just don't have no energy, no time. I'm so quick to be like, walk away. I just have been a woman that I do not believe in just like having a man earn trust. Like you cannot meet somebody day one and feel like, oh, you got to earn this. That has to be. I feel like if it wasn't, well, let me go back. I feel like if it wasn't a situation where, you know, I think from experiences where maybe someone else did you wrong, right? Just like Phil was saying, someone else did you wrong, so the next person here got to earn it. You know what I mean? If it was like from the beginning when you meeting that person, you know, in the beginning, you give it. Like it depends on what they do with it. So if they mess it up where you can't trust them anymore, then there you go. And that you have to make a decision as far as if you decide to stay in that situation or not. If it could be forgiven, if you can move on, if you trust that person, that depends on you. But I just don't believe in it. Like when you meet somebody, like it has to be earned. Like y'all both getting to know each other. And you talking about starting or building a foundation, it has to be built. But I feel like it doesn't need to be obstacles. Because I feel like that could be an obstacle where you're trying to figure out if you could trust this person or not. It's going to show itself. We've all been in those situations where we've dealt with somebody and it's clear as day, he ain't the one. Now, if you're the person that is listening to that and watching and see what's going on, you want to be able to take action and move on. But I don't believe in it, like earning it.
Okay, so to just piggyback off of what you said. So when I first met my husband, we were friends first. Okay.
That's what I was about to say.
During that process, that trust actually was earned. He may not have known it, but the more I talked to him and I confided in him about different situations I was having with my boyfriends and stuff like that, the way he reacted, he wasn't one to diss another dude. Okay. He just said that when his time came, he was going to be ready. Okay. So with that, being his friend first, that trust was earned. So then when I became his lady, because that's what he called me back in the day, his lady, okay, his wifey, all right? To me, we took our trust to a whole nother level because the three things that matter to me, before I can even love you, I have to be able to trust and communicate with you first. If I can't do them two things with you, you ain't the one.
But don't you think that's built?
You know what I'm hearing?
You know what
Right.
But you know what I
think
heard
that's
from that
built?
real quick? You know what I heard? You know what I heard?
What
from
you
that?
heard? What?
He didn't earn your trust. He just never broke your trust in him. That's what I heard from what you're saying. Because when you say him, you confide in him, he never showed you anything where he broke your trust. Because you trusted him to confide these things. And by his actions of never breaking your trust is what let you know that's the guy. That's why I say you went in trusting.
No. Hold on. Let me just clean this up.
When I say trusting him, I'm just saying for you to give him some information, you were going in trusting him. And the fact over time, the fact that you keep showing over time, he wasn't breaking your trust in him.
Correct.
That's what it is. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like
that's still earning it though.
But he earned it. And that's what I was about to say. So to Tamika, I haven't dated in a long time. Everybody that I have had situations with have been my friends first. So with them being my friend, you have earned that trust throughout the process. So with her saying, okay, we cool, we talking, maybe he may have entrusted me first and said some things. I'm like, okay, well, he telling me this kind of stuff. Maybe I could talk to him about it. So I tell him certain things and it builds up. We talk. Our friendship grows. Our trust within each other grows. And then it evolves into a situation, a relationship, a marriage, whatever. So I can say, to piggyback back off of what Steph said, it was a friendship first before it became a relationship.
Yeah.
Versus just going on a date and saying, here it is, I'm laying it all out on the table. No, not
And
on.
you build it up. That's what I'm saying. It's built, right? You built it up. Okay, so I mean, if you're
so let's take away the earn part. It's trust is built.
Trust that
You're not just giving it to him.
Let's just say that.
Right.
Let's use that word, Phil.
I know.
Built.
different.
That sounds better. That's
What is that is built
that sounds better.
because you're building a
Because
foundation.
yes, built.
Okay, you want to say that?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know
think
this.
I've
I just read some in the comments.
say that though.
I just
You
read
gotta
some in the
earn
comments,
this.
Stephanie. It's a lot of,
What you read? What you
I
read?
don't know. It's some women saying some stuff that they would say they got man. Listen,
Sandy Two Cents is going in over here.
Yeah,
I'm
honey.
ready.
Hey,
Maneuver squad, you better hold up now.
hey, man.
Listen.
Hey, brother, you got
I'm
thick
ready. I'm
skin.
ready.
You all
Listen,
right?
man. I wish you call some people up here and let's have some conversations.
Okay, well,
Man,
we're gonna read. We're gonna
I'm
read.
gonna read
she
some
said-
comments.
We're gonna read some comments
She
now,
said-
so we
she
can get
said-
updated on.
Okay, so
She
Sandy
said-
Two Cents
I got
said,
Her ten said, where that girl?
"Woman, do not make yourself small to make a fragile male ego feel better. A healthy, strong black man does not require you to be small."
I want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
We talk about relationships, right, and trust. And I think a lot of us enter a relationship with a whole lot of baggage. We don't even trust ourselves, number one. We go on one date and we bust it wide open. Like, so how we sitting up here talking about, okay, earning trust and this and that, where we don't even trust ourselves in situations. Like, come on, let's be honest about that.
Okay,
Like,
They're wide open though.
that's
but being
me going out with somebody to sleep with somebody. That's what I'm talking about. Busting it wide open. Like, yeah, they like.
I know what you're talking about, busting it wide open. I know what that term means. I'm just
Yeah, but
saying,
you-
going out on one date and then busting it wide open, like
Well, that's an agenda. That's trust. I'm gonna let him
Wait a
bust it wide
minute. Wait
open.
a minute.
he said that's
First of all, Tamika, ain't
You
not.
enter all these relationships with a whole lot of baggage. It's a whole lot of baggage. You're going into the next relationship because you ain't trusting. So then you go into the next relationship, and then that person gotta earn every little single thing, which you should have been treating him the same way to treat, you treat a new guy.
Oh, he taking that for a
Come
touch.
on. That happens all the time. If you have certain standards that you when you are dating, it shouldn't change from one man to the next.
no,
If he doesn't live to those expectations, then he gotta go. Like,
yeah, but
he's not worthy.
But sometimes I think the expectations we have for the other person that we're gonna be involved with can be a bit too much. Okay, because the thing is, can you stand up to that? And I'm just speaking facts. I mean, like, girl,
True.
what you stepping on, girl?
Jam jar girl, I got the whole side of here.
so. Okay, back to these men who some men are insecure with women who make more money than them.
Okay, we back on that on that comment.
So why is that? Like,
Yeah, some men-
so the woman cannot be throwing it up in. I mean, because we had got a little sidetracked, but the woman cannot be throwing it up in the man face. She could just be trying to. Okay, for some reason he may have got laid off, or he may have fallen short. He may have decreased hours for whatever reason, and the woman is making more than him, or she gets promotions and she ends up making more than him. She not throwing it up in his face, but he feels some type of way because she makes more, which we find happens a lot.
Let me
Insecure.
let me tell you, that definitely happens a lot, right? But it didn't start happening when she started making more money than him, right? There were signs before that. So what happens is people get in relationships ignoring these signs. And then when something major comes up, it's like, oh, I'm just seeing this. No, you've been seeing it. You just chose to overlook it. I know plenty of men that are insecure about how much their women make, but they're insecure in a lot of other areas. So why is this woman black queen? Why are y'all with them? That makes no sense.
Yeah, because it's a lot of women who, what that great thing you spoke on that,
But
and a lot of that comes from, if you ever look at the dynamic of, you see a lot of times a woman who, I'm gonna take it all the way back to, you go to high school. They in high school, they doing what they supposed to be doing. They progress. They may go to college. They may be venturing into a great career, but they mess with, maybe they want to deal with the cool hood or whatever. Cool hood, but don't translate to so much. She winds up having a bigger career, and now he is gonna feel. A lot of time that's who they be with. And you had those little bumping heads because it's like, oh, you think you shit because you with this dynamic of people, or you think, sometimes you grow past a person, but you was trapped in that mindset that that's who you wanted to be with. That's who you wanted to deal with. And like I said, those insecurities might have already been there, but I wanted that guy. Because a lot of times, most women, if they have a great career or they make a certain amount of money, once they get into a certain space, most women really try to date within that. If they're single, they try to find and date within that space. They don't go too far backwards. You know what I mean? Like, they don't go too far backwards. So, like Nafi said, why are you dealing with them? Because a lot of times you're bringing that guy with you. That a lot of times you've seen a lot of these insecurities, you've seen a lot of these things, but you were good with at the moment. No, and now, as you progress in life, them Jones is starting to show out in front of you, and it's like, oh, you know, and then some women throw it in their face, you know. But I'm gonna tell you this too: there's some dudes out here that they like their woman like that. They
true,
you know,
true.
They like them like that, you know. You look at it like my lady getting that paper, and we good over here, like.
Right.
Like some dudes is like that. Like, listen, I'm good. Like,
yeah,
you know, I know that.
Listen, I'm good.
Indeed.
Bring it in. Bring it all the way in.
Mr. Joe, what's your thought?
Think I'm gonna be insecure with an Oprah Winfrey?
Child, you better not.
Hey, Stedman's staying quiet too.
Okay.
Listen,
Getting that paper.
I'll be the most secure Bentley driving dude.
Yes, Miss Winfrey. What you want?
He might change his last name to Mr. Winfrey.
You said Stephanie he changed his last name to
Mr. Winfrey, okay? Mr. Joe, what's your thoughts on this topic?
We kind of, I mean, I don't have no problem with my wife making more money than I do. I mean, it's all going in the same bank account. So,
like I said.
So,
Jane Push. Like I said, it's all going in the same account. We ain't got no secret accounts over here, okay?
yeah.
Okay. So, Tamisha, why your lip turned up, child?
Hey,
So the same account. No, I have a problem with the same account.
Okay. What
more money?
Say, Jane?
Okay, so let me flip this real quick for the ladies.
Okay.
Okay, you make more money than your husband or boyfriend. Hopefully, husband, right? You make more money than your husband. He's just having a down year. You know, he's not where he wants to be. Maybe on the job, he's still trying to get more education. He's still trying to, growth, show that growth. How do you handle that situation?
I'm gonna have his back, and I think I've proved that before.
Hello.
I got your back.
Not true.
I got
Hello.
your back.
Now I'm gonna have his back to a certain extent because I ain't married. But don't get complacent with me having your back. That becomes the issue. You get too comfortable with, oh, she got it. I ain't got. No, I'm gonna need you to be actively doing something to get yourself together.
Okay.
So I don't mind having your back and doing whatever we got to do to make sure everything good. But when you start getting too complacent and the year turn into 2 or 2 turn into no, we're not doing that. So you gonna have to get your shit together, or
But you know what's funny?
Why are y'all laughing? If it shouldn't take you that long. First off, it shouldn't take you that long. So if I'm holding it down and being understanding, don't get complacent because I'm doing it. I don't mind busting my behind for my family. I don't. But when it becomes oh, you think that's what it's supposed to be? No, that's not how it's supposed to be. Just like you said, the man is supposed to lead.
Yes.
I shouldn't have to lead the household. I shouldn't have to carry everything on my back. I'm willing to, but it should not become the norm.
But when that shit gets heavy, I'm gonna need to pass this low.
I'm gonna need to pass the low, and I'm gonna need you to take it.
Okay.
Well, let's put it in this dynamic instead of being like a negative. Can we put in this dynamic instead of being more like a he fell on hard times? How about sometimes if maybe you just embarked in a higher paying career? Because it's not always the man falling on hard time. He could actually have a decent career. Maybe you just have a more financially bigger career,
Lucrative.
you know.
Right.
And if you're in that space, see, because I think what happens sometimes is that his career may afford you this certain lifestyle, but maybe you want to live this lifestyle. So do you then pressure him like, oh, well, you got to get your shit together? And it's like,
Oh, nah.
or maybe we can,
No.
because
As long as income is coming in, then we good.
Yeah.
Money is money, long as it's paying the bills.
But if my career can't afford you a certain lifestyle that maybe you want, does that then
Now
bring
what?
Well, to me, that means you picked the wrong spouse.
It makes
Oh,
You may have married the wrong spouse, because to me, I could be so 100 right now. Husband, don't tell me to go. Don't tell me to do that, okay? But when we married, we had nothing, okay? Nothing. We know the only furniture we owned was our baby's crib, okay? That's the only furniture we own. So everything that we done grew to have over the past 26 years, we have done that shit together, okay? I didn't want to sit home and just be a housewife or nothing like that. I wanted to be out there with him, contributing to our household. So to me, I just feel like I said, everybody don't know how to be in a relationship. And I encourage anybody, before you get married, marriage counseling. Seek it. First of all, you need to understand what marriage is first, okay? And it's not just you do this, you do that. Because a lot of times, ladies
TV is on.
don't be mad at me, but sometimes we think the man is supposed to take care of everything. We are supposed to contribute. Like I said, we are supposed to be the helpmeet. Okay?
Pause. Who has feedback?
Don't know.
Yeah.
Who got their TV on? It ain't nothing.
Everybody mute.
Yeah, mute.
Jamaica.
Whoever
I
just
don't
muted.
have nothing on.
Must be Joe.
I don't have
I think it was
nothing
Joe.
on.
Oh, it was you,
Joe, you have
Joe?
TV?
Yes, I don't have nothing on.
All right, let me try me.
Nah, it's
Joe got hustle going on over there.
You got the game on. You got the game on.
So,
But that is
So
something
this is what I want to say, right? I gotta go, right? But I want to say this. I feel like in the black community, black man, black woman, we all need to go to therapy.
we all what? Need therapy?
Before you need therapy.
Facts.
Before we even think about a relationship, it gotta be therapy, because everyone, black man and black woman, feel unprotected, neglected, and disrespected. So we're all feeling like this. Let's get to the root of why you might feel like this as an individual, period, and deal with the past trauma issues. So trigger words, because trigger words is very real.
Yes.
And when we out in the world, because everybody comes from so many different backgrounds, we don't know people's trigger words.
Yeah.
So you should get therapy to deal with those things that trigger you. We all need therapy. But yo, I appreciate it. I'm back. Let me know when.
Thanks, Nafis. We enjoyed you tonight. Thank you.
Peace.
All right.
Sandy
All right,
Two
bro.
Cents said, I am not my husband's helpmate. We are equal partners, to each his own, speaking for our house.
All right, Sandy, you go, girl.
TV says a good man wants to be the provider. He won't take the back seat and let his woman do it alone. A good woman will support and help wherever she can.
I agree with that.
Yes, I agree.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Sandy Two Cents said, now that's the one thing I can agree with. Nafis, therapy for everybody, okay?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yes.
We got a lot of baggage.
Yeah, deep rooted
It's
things
very
that are in our family, in our community, because even with all this stuff we speaking of, I don't know if we went back and talked to our grandparents and stuff like that. If you notice, back then, when they say, because a lot of people want tradition, but then they want to binge tradition and everything. Like the man should this, the woman should this, and the man should that. And I tell you,
I don't want
times
that
back then.
tradition.
But
No,
no,
I
what you said earlier was far as like, you know, when they said, I think somebody said, oh, they want shut up women or whatever. But a lot of marriages were controlled like that at one point. Where
Yeah, back in the day.
But women have been liberated.
You
Women
know,
have
it was
Oh,
the main.
Lord.
You know,
Women
and
have
I mean, it's crazy. But if we went back and talked to, I remember being a kid. My great grandmother and my great grandfather, I've never heard my great grandmother really speak. You know what I mean?
Well,
But
Silence is
I-
overrated.
older.
Silence is
What
overrated.
I'm saying is,
We
it was one of those things where my grandfather, he was the provider. I mean, that's what he did. All the kids, everything. Like he just took care of everything. She took care of the home. You know, she just did everything. You know, that whole dynamic back then
has changed.
And that's and I think it has changed. And there's not saying we all need therapy because we kind of trying to hold on to pieces and then put pieces in the way we want them to work and stuff like that.
Yo,
Okay, that's not.
It's often.
But
no.
like even like
Wait 1 second, Phil, before you speak.
Oh my gosh.
It was Joe.
So we gonna fight.
I'm not on mute.
No, they hear your background noise.
It's just doing the most.
but
Hold on.
even on like a man's point of view, like some men want their woman to be submissive, but they're not doing the things that their woman should submit to. You know, so
Exactly,
like,
which is our whole point.
That's the whole
but on the
point.
flip side, hold on. But it's like I say, it's a give and take. We can't keep always saying exactly it's our whole point because there's a lot of men who are providing these things to a lot of women out here, and some women aren't submissive and still want to be combative with them. See, as
Okay.
women gotta understand as men, y'all see y'all part of the side of the fence, but we also see our side of the fence. We may know brothers who provide all those things for their wives or whatever, and their wives could be just as feisty, combative, and out of pocket the same way. Y'all know men who ain't shit too. So
Yeah.
it's a thing where
I feel don't give me a reason to be out of pocket.
But maybe I didn't give you a reason to be out of pocket. Maybe you just out of pocket.
I ain't gonna just be well for me. I'm speaking for myself. I ain't gonna be out of pocket if you ain't out of pocket. I give you what you
See,
give.
here we go.
See,
Don't
here
give
we
me a
go.
reason to be out of
You
pocket.
was out of pocket, got me out of pocket.
Nah, I give you what you give me.
Facts.
So
And that's not even just with men or black men. That's just period on period. I don't care who you are, black, white, color, purple, green, tall, short, whatever you give me, that's what I'm serving up to you.
But see, but that's the energy game.
But
So then
exactly.
I'm saying,
So
like, whatever
so
you
if you just be in the regular field, just chill, you know what I'm saying, then I'm gonna be chill too. It is what it is. But if all that extra shit be coming on, like, I'm gonna give you that energy too.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Sometimes Mr.
No, the extra shit, you gotta go.
Sometimes
No.
Mr.
No.
Long asked me to be out of pocket, okay? Sometimes being out of pocket is needed, okay? And then sometimes I gotta ask him to be out of pocket, all right? Because sometimes you just gotta get your point across to people, okay? Not
Explain.
necessarily.
Make sure you explain.
Because they thinking that you talking about y'all being out of pocket with each other.
No, I'm
Yeah.
out of pocket with strangers,
Situations.
okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he told me on Monday to go do something, right? He said, if your ass got to turn up like you did that one time when I let them people take our money, he said, Steph, I need you to turn up. I was like, I got you, boo. I ain't have to get out of pocket, though. I was just regular.
I'm just regular.
I'm out of pocket every day in traffic.
Oh, yes, he is an out-of-pocket ass man in
Oh
traffic.
shit.
Yes. Yes. Pray for me, okay?
So
Huh?
Okay, I mean, I got you.
they say Phil don't know what active listening is. Look how long we've been telling him to come closer.
So what? Listen.
Yeah.
You
Bill,
sound so
Listen.
far away. You sound
You
far
sound
away.
real low.
I'm
You
sorry.
sound real
I'm
low.
sorry, but because I'm trying to keep, you know, we men, so I'm trying to like peek and
At the
see
game.
what's going on. Yeah, you know, Jay,
Man, you know you need to stop.
If
Playoffs.
this was on like a Tuesday, if this was on like a Tuesday where ain't nothing on but like game shows or something,
Oh, it is true. It is Saturday.
Mhm.
I'm still trying to.
It's
Okay.
playoff week.
So Celie says we love our black men, and then Keon Peachy Bennett says, but do black men love us with all our faults and all?
So that's a question to ask. Do all black men love black women?
They can't speak for all black men.
Oh, they just asked the question.
Just like all black women don't love all black men, and we
Right.
You just told lies. You just told lies.
I
No,
love
I'm
my
saying,
black.
Lies.
but not all. I'm not all black women love all black men. You know,
I love all my black.
I love
men.
black women. Listen. Yes.
I've never dated outside of my race, so I've kept it with all black men.
You know what? I got a question for the sisters, right? A quick question I want to ask you, right? Since we were speaking so much, you know, because you know a lot of single moms raising a lot of men, right? If women are raising these men, why are these men growing up to be so dysfunctional with women? What are these mothers putting into their sons about women?
We talk about that all the time, Steph.
Yeah, we do talk about that all the time. Me and my husband. I'm just glad.
But to that, okay, so to that, what do they always say? A woman can't teach a man how to be a man.
True.
Right? So with that being said, we're teaching them how to treat us, or we tell them how to treat us. If this was your mom, how would you want them to be treated? Right? So with that being said, they still go out into the world. They meet other men or friends, dudes that this how I do this and this how I do that. So that's just like parenting, period. When we tell our kids to be one way and then they're exposed to the world and they make their own decisions in life and they become, yes, they should still have those morals on the inside, but then they turn to who they decide they want to be. So I mean, we can't really say the women are teaching those men to treat women bad.
Okay.
No, I think he's looking at it.
You're looking at it different because
yeah, exactly.
I think some single moms or mothers, some of them can kind of coddle their sons, which make them very dependent on women. What they are used to, because they've been always dependent on their mother. So they will go into a relationship with a woman thinking you're supposed to be coddled, okay? And you're supposed to do, you know,
with my mother.
Talk about this a lot. Yes, we talk about this a lot.
No, so like I'm supposed to take care of you. I'm supposed to clean for you, do your laundry, do this, do that.
But they used
There's a lot of men out here that's like that too.
Because this is what my mother did for me.
Yeah,
right?
so you be doing this. You grown.
Ain't that mama?
And that be something I be quick.
I am not watching those
You you hear what y'all saying too?
What?
But also, but no, listen what I'm saying. What y'all hearing? Like, I'm not. Some mothers also put in them. It's not just a coddle. Sometimes it's a negative energy because of that. Like what you're saying. Like some women put these negative energies in their sons with going out. You know, don't be out here. Don't trust them girls out here. It'd be a lot of that stuff that goes into that. And
right.
It's not just a coddle. You know, a lot of women put negative mentalities into.
But why is that part negative? Wait a minute. Let's hold right there. Why is that negative? Because that's not negative.
Don't trust the. That's what I say. When you start dealing with that earning stuff, when it's don't trust them women, don't this and don't that, and you gotta watch. Now, it's not to say you can't be careful in your movement, just that. But again, when you start putting those things, it's almost putting baggage into that child. So now when he go out, you might not even make a big mistake, but it's just something that he just knows. But my mom said she, so I don't, You know what I mean?
Okay, so now it sound like we're contradicting ourselves.
How is that baggage when that's reality? If I'm teaching my son or saying that there are women out here that may not be right for him and to look out for these signs, how is that baggage? Because it's just like if that was my daughter. Like, you know, of course she would learn that from her father, of course, but how is that baggage? I don't think that's baggage. I think that's me speaking to my son and telling him like what type of women are out here, and be careful about these women that have these type of characteristics. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's baggage. No.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
we as women know how women are.
Yes, we do.
So with that being said, if we have our black sons, we are gonna say, okay, be careful for this. Be careful for this type of woman. Don't be, if it's easy to get, you don't want it.
Yeah.
And that's perfect.
So you know what I'm saying? Like,
Bust it wide open.
Oh no.
exactly. We trying to give you something.
We ain't gonna have five our son.
Yeah.
And you mean
I'm not. Well, that's what men do. But my thing is, you see us as women. I mean, even y'all as men, y'all see the shit that go on in the news. So if I'm seeing it, I'm gonna tell my son, you need to make sure you don't get caught up in that type of situation.
Yeah.
For instance, you have people that claim rape on sons, or children saying, oh, they busted wide open, got caught by their parents. Oh, he tried to rape. No, I don't want my son caught up in that type of situation, because that stigma lives with you for the rest of your life. So yes, I'm gonna say, be careful, be mindful, don't do this, don't do that. Yeah, we gonna do that, because I don't want him to be in that type of situation. I'm gonna say, be careful when you out on these streets. Don't be with people who the police gonna be more inclined to come try to check, because I don't want him in those situations. I'm watching it on the news, so I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure that I can protect him to the best of my ability by instilling in him, these are the things that you shouldn't be doing. Yes, you're gonna make up your own mind, but I'm gonna tell you the right way, and then you decide to go whichever way you go.
And that's perfect, right? So
And that's the same thing with fathers and daughters. They're gonna do the same thing. I don't think, like, again, you said baggage is not baggage, because fathers gonna say they have the same conversation with their daughters.
Child, I ain't get that. I ain't get that conversation.
I ain't get it either, boo, but I know.
So
I know
Mama told her.
but I'm just saying they are.
That man happened to see one of those characteristics. So listen, good woman. We probably got 3 great women. I'm sure we got 3 great women here. But those characteristics that we just protected your son about, he had to see 1 or 2 of those characteristics in you.
He has what?
And then if he happens to see 1 of those characteristics that his mother warned him about in you, and now it causes that little, so now I treat you accordingly to how I was taught to treat a woman in that manner. You can be a good woman.
I'm not gonna teach my son nothing that I'm already doing.
Hey, Phil, you had me till you went left, bro. You went too far left, bro.
What I'm saying is, if you say characteristics, listen. What I'm saying is, say you're a woman, you meet a guy. I mean, it happens. Let's not act like sometimes it ain't nothing but a slut woman. It may, as you say, bust it right open for a dude off quick. Let's not act like that. So let's not act like that's the only women that would do some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of women that think they good ass women who then gave that shit up right away because that's what the vibe was. So let's
that's so true.
So man, you just protected your child. Like, listen, a woman like that, she ain't no good.
That's true. Got you.
Okay.
But how would your child see that though? Unless you're doing it in the house.
No. But he's saying be real with your child.
Oh yeah, that's all. I was about to say that. Yes, that's what he's saying.
I gotta treat her accordingly now because mom put it in me like, yo, she do that. She this type of woman. And now you like, oh, this ain't shit, dude. Because now he acting like this or that, and you like, but you had already instilled
out here. Who is Swig? Who is Swig?
Okay, so James, what do you tell your daughters?
Oh shit! You put me on the spot, dude. You came straight up. You know what I'm saying? Let me process that real quick.
When it comes to men, knowing the type of man that you may have been when you was in high school, what do you project to them when you tell them to be careful when you're out in these streets?
Most of the time, my girls they want a man just like me. They're looking for a man very similar to me, a provider, communicator. You know what I'm saying? Being able to talk to them, being able to love them, being able to, just treat them right and with respect. So with me, when it comes to like Jasmine, I mean, her first boyfriend, I pat him down, to make sure he had no weapons on him, number one. I asked him about them drugs, number two. Ask for that ID, number three. I need to make sure he is of age. And then with Jada, I've never really met a boy with her, but it's just some of the things that they see that what I do, because it's kind of like my girls don't really come to me, so to speak, and have that conversation. It's like we just talk around it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right? And so they understand and they know what type of man that I don't like for them. Dude coming in with his pants all onto his knees, like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind the dreads, pants to his knees. You know what I'm talking about, sagging. They talking about that swag. I don't know. It's just one of those things where we never really actually sat down and had a conversation about what a good man is. It's just they see the example in me, if that makes sense. Right.
Okay, so great, they see the example. But if you go back to before you became a married man, before you met Steph, would you want your daughter to date you?
I was a G, so I don't know.
Question.
That's terrible. You cannot ask me.
You can't ask me this. Yeah.
Don't answer it.
This is what I'm gonna say. We had this conversation a couple weeks ago. When the man meets the one, he will adjust himself. He will move differently.
I totally get that.
The one.
Yes.
Right.
So I was the one that took him out of
That's not what we asked.
status.
She's trying to beg. You got my back.
The question was before all of that, before he met you, before you came that glorious day to American High.
Oh, shut the hell up, girl.
Would he want his daughters to date the type of boy that he was?
If this is me,
if my daughters were, let me answer that.
Not
if
your question, Steph.
If my daughters were like Steph.
No, that's not you going around. You talking around in circles. The question is, before you met Steph,
yes,
the man that you thought you was in high school, would you want your daughters to date you?
I'm telling you, I was a G. So I
what does that mean? What does a G mean?
He's a G.
That means
was you had everything that was moving?
I was a player from the Himalaya.
That is enough.
They said spell G, Mr. Long.
I don't know what you're saying.
I said every man has had a time in their life where we wanted to be that guy. So maybe that time was it. But I want my daughter to date that time, that year where I thought I was the man. But
okay, but so the same question posed to every man on here. If you had a daughter, would you want your daughter to date you?
Ooh, I'm glad that's off me now, Joe.
Are you talking about right now?
Not to marry you.
Not marry me?
Before you got married.
Do you feel like you're the type of man who would want your daughter to date?
Yeah, I was very respectful. Yeah, definitely.
Nah, Joe. Mm-mm.
Yes.
Nah, Joe. How many notches on your belt?
Nope. That's straight up.
That's straight up.
Yep.
Oh, boom. So they said date now, not then. I flipped. They want to flip the time.
Oh yes.
Well, yeah, now because we know. Well, we already know James.
Yeah.
Or we better know him, or he will get cut.
You know-
But
don't break up a happy home, beauty.
Sophia, if you had a daughter, would you want her to date you? That was
I
too
had no
easy
problem
for
with
you.
that. Well, because my thing is, I mean, it's dating. I'm an honest dude, so I'm like, I'm the type of person
Now or
that
then.
some would be. Well, I mean, we all grow into something. But what I'm saying is that I'm the type of guy. Even if it didn't work out, maybe me and the woman it doesn't work out, but she will understand. We didn't. I would never betray a woman. Like I'm not a cheater. I'm not a runaround. I'm not a dude.
Phil, you're going too far left, bro.
No,
Hey, I'm gonna put you on the spot, bro. Left it, yes or no, bro? Yes or no, bro?
No, Mr. James, I said
He said yes. Oh, okay, but you just explaining it. Okay.
He was elaborating.
Because I'm not a, you usually don't want your child with somebody that you think can abuse them emotionally, physically, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
Charm?
I'm not a person like that. So yeah.
So Charm said, "Now, ladies with sons, would you want your son to date a girl like how you were at that age?"
Hey,
I
Charm, good
would,
looking out.
with straight confidence.
Yes, I'm gonna say yes. Yes.
Hold on, let me think back, Demetrius.
Would that son
You can't think back. You can think back in what you saw. Damn.
Would that son have a
Exactly.
Back in the day?
after dating a woman like that?
Back in the day, today, yes,
Yeah, I saw Dale. You're right.
Nah.
exactly.
I would want my son to date a chick like me. Yes.
Steph
I
is
want
very,
that.
Steph is very loyal, very faithful.
And I'm very loyal. So
See,
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on.
well, see, here's the thing. The only reason why I say no,
I'll get you scratching your head for Phil.
what are you doing?
What I do?
Wait, listen. The only reason why I would say no is because we're talking about back in the day. Let's say in my 20s, I was not trying to settle down. Absolutely not. Like, no. So I wouldn't want my son to date me because I was dating everybody. I went to breakfast with somebody, with the lunch, and hang out with somebody at night. Like, no. And
Okay, well, if you put it like that,
wait a minute, you gotta think. Just like you said, we have broke somewhere, right? Anybody in their 20s, that's how you should be.
that's
So,
how you should be.
During that time, hell no. Absolutely not.
Well, I was
Now,
married throughout all my 20s. Okay.
yeah, so I'm sorry, but no, absolutely not. I was not. No, I wasn't. Mm-mm.
Well, she was married in her 20s. Now, my 20s, if we go back to that time, see, I was going back to like now and
Oh, okay.
Damn.
He was playing it
Back
safe.
in
Go
the
back
day.
to them years.
High school.
Yeah, them years.
in high school, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in my 20s,
If them Hollandale halls could talk.
I was trying to travel, hang out.
I was hanging, but I was still good. Well, I would still say yeah. I was still good. I just if we ain't have no title, that means I was entitled to do what the fuck I wanted to do.
Listen to this.
That's right. See, that's what I'm saying. No.
I'm just saying because I was still the person who I was.
Yeah.
But if I'm in a situation and you don't want to put a title on it, okay, well I'm gonna do me. And then when you figure your shit out, then I figure mine out. But until then,
Yes.
I'm
Right.
entitled to do what I want to do.
So basically, you're saying if a son, his little heart would have been broken because you just been
No, because
No, that's not what
my son wouldn't have been that dude. He would have been like, "Oh, she the one. Yeah, she the one. I'm gonna lock that down real quick."
No, we just feel like if somebody who was stepping up to the plate, right? Then
Exactly.
you will settle down. But if you not,
Y'all
okay,
just
I'm
said y'all
doing
was in about 20. You said you wasn't trying to settle down in your 20s.
No, I really wasn't. But if I had,
But if you was somebody,
find it to a relationship, but I felt like I needed somebody to step up to that plate. You know what I'm saying? And if they didn't, then I'm doing me.
See,
Period.
This is how y'all can figure y'all bullshit.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's kind of.
That's some bullshit. Y'all
Remember,
just
we're
created a
20s.
bullshit
I feel like in your 20s, you should be exploring. Okay, you have a relationship, okay, but you should be really exploring. Come on now, you don't really know what you want. And then I see a lot of people who want. Okay, so here's the thing: you get a lot of people who get married early, 17, 18, right out of 20, 21, right out of college. Then they marry for like 20 years. Some get divorced, and then when they 40, they trying to live in their 20s. Like, what the hell?
Back to their 20.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's just like, okay, well, during that time, I feel like in your 20s, you should be dating. You should.
And that's cool.
Tweet
We fine with
36
that.
says dating does not equal promiscuity.
But just right, what y'all said was fine. We agree with that. But then y'all try to try to flip it and say, but if he stepped up to the plate.
No, we tried to tell her what it was. We was being 100. It is what it is. If we're in a situation, okay, so we're dating. We're dating.
James, go ahead. James said it. James, what is it?
We're dating.
What you said?
We're dating.
Hold on, Tamisha. She got to get her "we're dating" out.
We're dating. We're dating. And it comes to the point where, okay, well, what are we doing? What we doing? Oh, well, I ain't trying to be settled down. Okay. I respect that. And with that respect comes, since you don't want any titles, I'm going to do me. I don't want no lip about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, where I'm doing it at. Just know I'm going to do me and you figure your shit out. And that's what it was. I'm entitled to do so. If I'm still with you, but I'm hanging out over here, hanging out over there, just dating. It wasn't nothing serious. Oh, I'm going to sing karaoke with this friend. I'm going to dinner with that friend. I'm going out of town with this friend. Then that's what it's going to be.
Whoa. Hey, going out of town is serious. You trying to slide that in?
Go ahead. What's the difference at this age, though? Like, what's the difference at this age? You come up, we're in 40s, but we're in our 40s, so we're dating. So if someone step up to the plate, even now, someone step up to the plate, okay, then we're gonna go move forward. But what's so different?
It's a big ass difference between.
No, it's not. No, what I'm saying.
40 and.
No. What I'm saying is, what I'm saying, the same thing we've been saying, right? Yes, in our 20s, we should be dating, exploring, getting to know ourselves, building our careers, traveling all over the world. You should be doing all this stuff, right? But you gotta understand, you meet somebody that come along, and this is someone that have the qualities and stuff that you're looking for. Like, okay, to get your attention, and you can see some, this kind of moving. Some longevity in this relationship. All right, you pause and you stop and you deal with that relationship. Not saying I never blocked it, but I mean, I'm just saying in the 20s, like if someone came along and did all those things, I would have been all right in a relationship. I was in a relationship at one point, but then when I got free and I was like, okay, I'm doing me, then I did me. Until if somebody else came along, then I set my ass down and like, okay, I'm dealing with this. It's the same thing even now in my 40s. That if I meet somebody, not saying I'm dating all these people, no, I don't date a whole bunch of people. I'm a mom now, like it's totally different with that.
That's why it's a big
totally different as far as being a parent. But I'm still at the point where someone comes along, and if that's somebody that I want to choose to be with, then all right, we doing our thing. But if not, okay, I'm back to dating all over again. Getting to know people to see if this fits or not. So I get it with I know what I said as far as in your 20s, that you should be. Yes, you should. I feel like in your 20s, you should be exploring. You should do those things and not settle. And I'm speaking from my own experience, but I just feel like that's what you should be doing. So you can figure out yourself and then also know what you want out of life and what you want out of a life partner. I think that's important.
Well, that's why the difference between 20 and 40 is and where you are now is so big, because in 20s you kind of got that little thing in the back of your head. Even if you're saying this guy's cool and he's stepping up quick, that little thing in the back of your head could be saying you still should be exploring, you still should be this, you still should be that. Where you're 40, you like, I didn't explore, I didn't did all this shit. You know what I mean? I'm a lot more mature in this manner. I'm a mother. I'm career based. You're a completely different person from your 20s. So
True.
you're going to see it differently. In your 20s, he might have stepped up to the plate, but if you still like, I'm still got a little bit of in here, his stepping up to the plate might have been for not, because you still have other things you're still thinking. And y'all can sit there and try to make it look cute, but
Make what look cute?
you wasn't worried about nobody at no goddamn 22 years old, 21
I was
years
married. I was
I was
married.
in a relationship.
I'm not saying you wasn't.
Okay.
You were married basically out of high school. Y'all were married basically out of high school almost. You know what I mean? Like 19.
Yeah, so y'all don't count.
That's not cool.
No,
I'm joking.
my thing
Courtney,
is that-
Go
Okay.
ahead.
my thing is what? There is no rule book to tell you should not be doing something at 20 or doing it at 40. You go with the way you feel. If that's somebody that you feel that you want to be with for the rest of your life, then you roll with them.
Definitely.
There's no
Right.
rule book that says, oh, you shouldn't be doing this at 20. I could have been doing all that from 13. all the way to 20 when I got married.
you was a G.
Because I was a G.
But I just
Right.
feel like, I feel like,
You know
I
what
feel
I'm saying?
coming out of high school and going to college, you watch the same different world, right? You think you go to school, you're gonna go to college, you're gonna find your husband, and you're gonna get married. That was the dream. That
Was
was
the
the
dream.
thought. Like, you
Was
go
the
to
dream.
school, you're gonna find your husband, and you're gonna get married.
That's a dream. That's a dream for ladies. That's what y'all dream of. Guys don't dream like that. We don't dream like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it
When we
is.
find the right one, that's the right one. Then that's what we roll with. But we don't say, hey, we want this big old marriage. We want to come out of high school, college, and we want to just we don't think about that. We trying to get as much as we can while we young. That's facts.
Courtney Elise said there's such a double standard between men and women. We should both be free to explore and experiment as young people without criticism or judgment. I ain't judging nobody. I just asked a simple question.
What happened?
I just feel like some of us has been lucky where we've, for example, Steph and James have gotten married earlier and still like rocking. You know what I'm saying? Where some of us, it's just like we still trying to find that one person that we can have longevity with, and it works. But when I say in your 20s that you should be exploring, it's just like you should be exploring life. Yes, if somebody come along and you guys come together as one, that is great. Or four. But some of us, it's like many people, they're just not ready. No one's ready.
Right.
Not them.
And some of them it's not even ready. Sometimes that's just not what that person wants.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
Because again, like 20s and 40s, like I say, how things change. In my earlier years, I was kind of almost thinking like, I think that's what I want, family and all that type of stuff, and just structure like that. And as I kind of grew older, I've come to realize the more I know myself, that's not what I want. I'm honest about it with people. Like,
you don't want to get married.
No, I have no desire for marriage whatsoever.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
And some brothers feel that way. Exactly.
Yes. And it's nothing
that way.
be honest about that. That's the only thing. People need to be honest about that part. Because then we gotta figure nothing out. Like if I know I want to get married, you don't, like, okay, I get it.
Listen, I have no desire for marriage. I have no desire for I have no desire for just me and that person committed relate. Like I'm good with being me. I'm just one of those people, like, as I've come to know me, I don't want to compromise with anybody else. And marriage is a form of loving compromise. That's what it is.
So make note of that's what Phil said on this day.
Listen. Let me tell you something. Anybody know me personally? Listen, I'm good.
No, he's telling the truth.
It's just me. I'm serious. It's just me.
Well,
say it, right?
But Phil, that also explains how you was feeling earlier. It explains how you have no desire to be married.
Mm-hmm.
No, I have no, and I'm very honest about it, because my thing is, anyone that I would deal with, anything, I'm about, as we speak earlier, I'm about trust. I'm not about betraying anyone. So I'm telling you what this is. I'm not one that's going to pull you into something and then try to backdoor out of it because maybe, that's just what I am, And a lot of people
No, I
aren't
think
honest
it's.
about those things.
Yeah.
I think you're at a point in your life where you're saying, you know what, I'm selfish. I'm selfish to where I don't want to give to a woman. I have my son. That's where my love's gonna go right now.
But his
Yes.
But my
son
son 20
is
years
20
old.
years
But
old.
my son 20
Oh,
years
my
old.
bad.
My son,
But
my
still,
son 20
that's your
years old.
son.
He just selfish, just selfish. Got nothing to do with his son.
No, it's funny you said that. It's funny you said that because I mean, it was a time where I was. I mean, it was just about my son. Like honestly, me and my son mother separated. Like my son, it wasn't a situation. He didn't see me running with women. He didn't see me bringing people around. You know what I mean? It was structured. It was still like me, him, his mom, and we just raised them from different places, but it was still us every day, basically. I'm just one. It's not even about just me and my son. It's just that's not what I want. That's not a desire in life for me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's just not. I mean, and I'm honest
Yeah.
about it. I'm real about it. I don't have no issue with anybody else that way. I mean, I love to see married people. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. It's just not something that
That you want.
Tip said, how old do you feel?
I am 44 years old.
What's your sign?
44.
They asked what's
Oh shit! It's a zodiac sign.
your sign, Phil.
I said what? I'm
What's
a
your sign?
44
What's
year
your
old
horoscope?
virgin.
You a Virgo?
August 29th.
What's up, bro?
Oh Lord, have mercy.
They said
Y'all have no filter, Phil.
No.
they said
Y'all have
feel
no
like you're
filter.
afraid of commitment.
That's the thing. It's not afraid of anything. I don't want the commitment. It's not afraid
Yeah.
of it. I've been committed
Mm.
before, and a lot of people do that. They'll try to kind of shame you
Categorize.
and make you think another way. I'm not afraid of anything. I don't want the commitment. I've had the commitment.
Yeah.
They said, I respect him. I
True.
feel he's controlling too.
They said
Controlling.
what?
You're controlling.
I'm controlling of me. That's why I make sure I'm honest about things. So you have your choice to control any things that you want to do. So your decisions are your decisions. I'm controlling on my end of what I do.
They say Phil don't want to be told to come in the house before 1 o'clock.
Right? Exactly. Hey, that's true. Ain't nobody telling me to do nothing.
They said
Wow.
Phil is a good man, but he needs more than sex.
Oh, shut.
And I don't
Hey,
think that's the
they
thing.
going
It's
in.
not about a woman thing either, because I mean, I don't. It's not like I
What
want
they
to be
throwing
there.
themselves at, Phil?
This is coming to
They
do.
need.
They
They
Phil
need.
been hurt. They say Phil
Phil,
been hurt.
hey, Phil, they trying to kill
That's
you, brother.
another-
Oh my
I knew
God!
that was
Don't read
coming.
no more of these comments.
Exactly.
Why he's alone? Oh my God!
I knew that was coming. I knew that Phil been hurt
What
was
they-
coming.
what they
Phil
said?
ain't been hurt.
They asked has he been hurt.
Oh, has
That's
he
the
been hurt?
woman's favorite line to throw at any man if he doesn't configure the way she may think he should be thinking.
No, I
who
just
hurt
think
you,
Wow.
they're
boo? Who hurt
inquiring.
you, boo? I haven't
They're
been hurt.
inquiring. They're
They
inquiring.
talking about Phil gonna end up with a white woman respectfully.
No. That'll never happen. That'll never happen.
Wow. Wow.
God. Oh my God! Let's just change.
Let me tell you something.
They said good
I've never dated.
Good vibes.
Never will. None of that.
Okay,
good vibes said, are we allowed to ask the host a question?
go ahead.
You can ask her.
He getting in his feelings.
Oh, they talking about some Phil needs a nut. I
Yo.
He need
You
what?
need the what?
A nut.
He need a nut.
Wow.
Ugly.
What is happening?
Hey, hey, they getting out of line and what else? Out of pocket.
Come on, Charles.
I need a what?
Get them together.
Shit getting out of line.
Where's yours?
It's time for pause for the calls, okay? Pause for the calls.
What happened? I didn't hear that one.
I don't even see that comment. Where did?
Oh boy.
They talking about saying, don't worry, Phil. Somebody's gonna see you and want your details. Don't worry about it, sir. Somebody is for you in here. Watch. Steph about to hook him up.
You know what's funny?
Service
You know what's
fulfilled. I
funny?
cannot.
If if people know you, they would understand. People that don't know you from outside looking in, they just be saying stuff.
Well, I know you, so I can speak for you.
Yeah,
There's something if y'all do date Phil when the game when the game on, you ain't getting no attention.
That's any man. What you talking about?
Okay. So the person who asked about the question, they said, what are y'all's opinion on men or women that have multiple children by different partners but are pushing 50 years old and have not been married?
Men who have different partners with multiple children.
Men or women that have multiple children by different partners but are pushing 50 years old and have not married.
I have no issue with it. Because
multiple partners.
I mean, I think it depends. It depends in a man. I say this. I've dated women who had maybe like 2 kids, or but sometimes when you get to know the person, you know their story, or whatever their story is behind it. And I'm not judgmental. Tamika, knowing me personally, I'm not judgmental on people like that, because you know what, we all come with some shit.
Yes.
We all come with some shit. And guess what? If I'm looking at you and you're who my interest is in, I'm not thinking about all your past shit. If that's the case, what's the point?
Yes.
My focus is on you. So I'm not, I'm to tell you, a lot of stuff that people get worried about me, I don't care about none of that shit. Because that's you setting up your own roadblocks to sabotage your own situation. Like, no.
That's true Virgo mentality right there. True Virgo mentality. Okay? True
What?
Virgo mentality. Don't care what people say or people think.
No, you can't.
I ain't living for nobody else. I'm living for me. Shit,
That don't have nothing to do with Virgo. It don't have nothing to do with the signs. Because I could give 2 fucks.
Okay, but we were just me and him are okay? Don't get mad.
Let the Virgos
I don't get
live
mad,
now. We living
but I definitely don't get a second.
I just think that, damn, you just really made me forget my whole thought I was gonna put out there. Okay. Gene Acapella said, Kevin Samuels said you washed up if you have kids.
The boy. Okay.
The boy. He
You
said
what?
You washed up if you got kids.
You washed up if you have kids.
I can't.
I know.
Who said that?
The boy. He said, if you got kids, you already washed up. Ain't no man gonna want you. Not no high value man.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Anyway.
I'm mad that you got your head to the side nodding.
No.
Yeah, that just.
I know.
They said, Joe, will you tell us advice on how you communicate on a regular with your spouse?
Oh yeah, come on, Joy, Mr. Joe. We need some more marital advice.
How do I communicate on a daily basis with my spouse?
Yes.
As far as what? I mean, just in daily conversation, or are you talking about a specific topic, or?
No, just communication and all.
I mean, we talk all the time. We live in the same house, so as far as like today, I was getting the bills together and what we're going to pay, and and I communicate that back to her, and and this is what we're going to do, and she'll find something in there that she says, why don't we do that next time? So we communicate that way. We work together as a team. That's the way it's supposed to be.
I love it. Yes, a team. Keyword.
Teamwork.
Roger that.
So do.
Okay. I am Haven Baxter said to the question. She feels that they don't have sound judgment and may lack self-control.
About the people
there were multiple kids with multiple partners.
Oh yeah.
And not married.
I I'm gonna plead the
See,
fifth.
I gotta know how many kids. I don't know.
I'm gonna just plead
Yeah,
the fifth.
it's
8 kids. Like,
tricky.
I don't know.
Kinda
I mean,
tricky.
that is life experiences. Doesn't mean that he's not, I guess ready to be in a committed relationship, or I don't know. I just want to need more information, like where he at in his life. I don't know. Because that doesn't mean like he's not ready to love.
No, it
Because he
doesn't.
got 8 kids or 6 kids. He probably started with 16, 17, 18.
That's
Who
a lot. That's a lot of kids, though.
knows? But they could be, no, what I'm saying is,
A lot of kids.
really, what I'm saying is, but they could be, maybe he had a child at 16, maybe he had twins, 17. You know what I'm saying? He's 50. If he had a child at 17, he's now 50. Like, come on. He could have, kids all up. They could be grown and older. Like, that doesn't mean he's not ready to love and not ready to be in a committed relationship. I think it's other factors that I need to like ask some questions about. You know what I'm saying? Like, and explore. But I don't look at that as like, oh no, oh my God, he got 8 kids now. The single Tamika with no kids, no child, 9 kids.
Okay, so
When I was single, I didn't date anybody that had kids, so I would be like, no.
to answer your question, she says that the guy has 4 kids and all have different moms.
How old are the kids?
Okay, but
He's 50.
50, though. He's
Yeah.
50.
Yeah, but listen, I know some that's where I work. It's people over 50. They got a 3-year-old. Hello.
That's the question, though.
Is
That's
it-
You
question.
still pop locking and dropping at
They're
50.
Caucasians.
No, he ain't Caucasian. He black.
Is it
And he busting it wide open somewhere. But he got a 3-year-old. And I was like, what?
Now that's questionable.
is it
That kind of-
circumstantial? Is it circumstance like if I meet a woman, she got 6 kids, she got 5, they got 5 different fathers. Is it like they 2 of them by 2 different men and they like a year apart and stuff? It's a lot of stuff that goes into that type where you
No, He said his oldest is 30 and his youngest is 2.
See?
Well, that, like,
Pop, lock it, and drop it.
Ooh, that's a big age gap.
I would need to
I mean,
explore.
that even can happen. I'm like I say, I'm 44. My son is 20. I made sure that I didn't have any more kids until I wasn't just going to have any children. Now we can make sure we don't just keep having kids. You know what I mean? Like, I feel as though I'm not just going to have a random child with a woman that I just don't feel like that is a woman that I'm going to grow somewhere with. Like,
But then
excuse my language, but fucking don't mean fucking should just be producing babies. A lot of
but that's the thing. That's why they always say you should be careful who you lay down with because you never know what can happen. Condoms bust. Some people just be in the heat of the moment and they do what they do.
But we could be in a relationship and think we being careful because that's my man, and then we still walk away. Like,
But that's what I'm saying. So
ain't no guarantee to nothing.
But I believe those type of situations can happen once, twice. When you start getting it 3-4 times where it just happened like that, that's when you start being like, that ain't just happening. You just out here wilding, like, seriously. You know what I mean? Because again, accountability, man. If you want, it's not going to always work out that way. But if you want to make sure, like, I'm not going to just be having random kids, you're not going to just keep having random kids with women and shit, or women not going to just keep having kids with men. Just because you're dealing with that person for 6 months don't mean you get to fucking and making babies. Like, if you don't want a baby. To me, I'm very big on raising your children and shit. So one thing for certain, 2 things for sure, I'm not having no kids. I'm not trying to be raising. So if I have a child, it's going to be not completely perfect. It's going to be basically perfect because this is a woman that I know I wanted a child. We wanted a child, this, that, and the other. All that other shit, nah.
So you had your baby on purpose?
Yes, I wanted my son.
Not say that you want him. I'm saying y'all planned it out. Did you plan it out?
If I'm dealing with something, listen. Yes. In all honesty, I was 24 when I had my son. I lost my 3 closest friends, and at that time I was just like, damn, and they were young. They were 22, 21 years old. Two of them didn't have children. So I was like, damn, I don't know what life goes on. Me and my son I talk about. I wanted to see. This is just me though. I'm very particular in those type of things. Like me, that's why I say accountability means a lot with a lot of shit. I'm one, like if I did have a child with somebody, I'm not walking away because I played my part in creating that child, whether I want to be with that person or not. So to make sure a lot of those things don't happen, you do what the fuck is necessary so they don't happen. And stop with all the, I don't know what happened. You know what happened. Y'all was in there fucking like y'all was, and y'all produced a child. So when you deal with somebody and they got 3, 4, 5 kids in that manner, then I can't take nobody like that. But if you got 4 kids or whatever, you maybe had 2 kids with your first, y'all was together, all that type of stuff, and maybe you was married, you had, I'm not judging nobody on that.
Well, Goodbye says she's the mother of his youngest.
Yeah.
But she's just now realizing that he has multiple baby mothers.
So she's the mother of the 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Wow.
So why are you just not noticing that? Like that should have been a conversation that y'all had before y'all even got to that point.
Somebody didn't notice that somebody had an older child or something?
No. So she says the person has multiple kids with multiple partners and he's 50. The range is from the oldest is 30, the youngest is 2. She's the mother of the youngest, but we're just now realizing that his other kids has multiple mothers. So I guess it was a question that she never asked him. She just probably knew he had kids, but didn't know it was from a whole bunch of different women.
No, she said she's always known. It's in there.
Oh.
Okay.
Why you asking us a damn question, girl? I mean, obviously you was accepting of it. So when I say different strokes with different folks, so if that works for you,
that works for you.
It works for you. No judgment here. But like Tameka, when I was young, I ain't had no kids pre-Mari. Yeah, you couldn't have no kids. And if you did, you had to have one only, and it had to be a certain age because we had situations where we've known people who would have baby mama, got another baby mama, or got a girlfriend, got a baby mama, but in the bathroom had a fucking the baby mama. No, we ain't doing all that. I need dislike for your baby mama. They have to be at least 8 and over. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Oh, it's
I don't want no fresh babies. No. Can't have no fresh babies. No fresh babies. If it's fresh, that means y'all still potentially fucking.
So that means 3 months, 9 months.
I'm just saying.
You said no fresh babies?
No fresh babies.
3, 6, 9, 12 months, 1 year, 2 years. So
I can't do it. Mm-mm.
Okay,
but so I'm
icebreaker question. They said, James, would you give your last meal to your wife or child? James, really?
You should take that long answer.
No, should not.
Hey, they need to put me in a situation. They need to put me in a situation. Am I stranded on an island? I mean, what am I doing?
They didn't say that. They just said, James, would you give your last meal to your wife or child? Let's just put it like this. The man.
Hold on.
You can't answer the question for him.
You can't answer the question for me. See, that's that lion. That's that lioness trying to be that lion. Like Phil said.
Sip your wine, sis. Sip your wine. Okay?
She's done that more than once in this life.
What's the age of my child?
The age of your children right now.
Then Daddy gonna say hell to the now.
Right now? The age of my kids right now?
Yeah.
Jazz, you need to come on, Jazz.
Yeah, I got to give it to Steph. Yeah.
We just was talking about this earlier. We was.
That's what you're supposed to say. Good job, Daddy. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I'm gonna eat. If I eat, he gonna eat too.
Mm-hmm.
They said because you gonna break him off a piece and be like, baby, you know what I'm saying? You can have a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you giving me your last, but here go half of it.
Girl, how you think he found out I was the one?
Period.
The Red Lobster story, okay?
Oh yes.
The Red Lobster story. He took me to Red Lobster because I wanted to go, and he said he wasn't hungry. He ain't gonna eat. But then I said, dude, you always eat. You ain't talking about you ain't hungry. He's like, no, I'm just bringing you because this is where you wanted to go. So then we sitting at the table, and I just asked him. I said, do you not have enough money? He said, to be honest, no. I said, well, I got money. We can put our money together, and we both gonna eat. We gonna drink water. And we gonna get these meals, and we gonna eat, and we have money to go to the movies.
And go to the movies. Yeah.
James, I love the Red Lobster story. I just told it. You could have just been quiet. I just told the Red Lobster story.
So, the beta police, male police said, y'all ladies do know that after 27, it's going to be difficult for y'all to find anybody you like, right?
Jasmine just said, hey, I'm about to be 27 next week.
Girl, don't listen to them.
7.
That's a lie. And even more of a lie.
I don't believe that. I'm sorry, I don't believe that.
I don't know what box you living in, but I'm going to need you to crawl up.
I would say maybe finding men who is ready, like really ready to love and ready for a committed relationship. That can be probably a struggle, but nah. Mm-mm. Nah. Mm-mm.
I don't think that.
Okay, we got about 15 more minutes. And
Okay.
We're gonna wrap this up. So we can read some more comments and we can answer the Eclecnistas in the comment section.
They said police need to go to work. They said police need to go work at a desk. You don't know what he's doing in this field. LOL. I can't.
What?
The one who just said that the police guy that said we ain't gonna be able to find nobody after 27, so he need to go work at his desk.
Yeah. Okay, get to typing. I don't know.
Jamaica, they asking if you African. What the hell? Is Jamaica African?
What? Why? And I don't see that now. It's Jamaica African. No, I'm not African, but I wonder why. Why you ask? I always get asked that question. I'm not quite sure why. Well, no, I do know. I do know.
You wearing a natural? Probably because you wearing a natural.
No, I have like men. I met men in there who are African, and they say something about it's my eyes. I don't know. That's what I've been told. So I don't know. Like, are you from my country? And I'm like, no, I'm not. Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm not.
Okay, so Joe, they asked you a question. They say, what do you feel is a good attribute for a man?
Wow.
Trustworthy.
Important. That is
so important.
Joe, I got a question for you, brother.
Oh, what's up, man?
Where your wife at? Where's she sitting at? Right beside you?
No, she's on the comments TV.
I'm just messing with you, brother. Hey, great answer.
Oh, they said it's your face structure, Tamika. They said you are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So let's see. Let's read some more comments. Because Phil, you have been probably the fan favorite tonight, child. Fan favorite, because Sandy Tucson done went off on you so many times.
Yes. Especially in the beginning, I was in the comments like, "Yo, Sandy, get him."
I mean,
So where you get these men from?
Lord have mercy. Okay.
Oh man.
Women would be surprised what men talk about when men are with other men.
Oh, I agree. I'll be at the barbershop.
Is just as we are.
Yes. Sometimes worse.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
They said they trying to see if Tamika is wifey.
Oh, I am wifey.
Honey, let me step to that.
Yes, sip to that, boo. Here you go. Cheers. Clink, clink, clink. Clink, clink, clink. Since we only want drinking wine. Baby, water now.
Charm say we just need Phil to follow instructions.
No,
The game.
They told me something, Joe, bring your wife on next time. She might talk more.
Oh.
I cannot.
What did they say? They talking to Joe? Joe, tell him leave you alone, bro. Tell him leave you alone, bro.
No.
What was that?
Joe is a good spirit. He's a good
Read what they said to Joe again.
No, Tamika is not married.
Demetrius, read what they
You're
said.
not married?
They said, "Are you married and how old are you?"
Oh, for real?
I said, read what they said to Joe.
Oh, they said, "Joe, next time bring your wife on. Maybe she'll talk more."
I'm a fabulous 41, and it's about to be Aquarius season. Oh, yeah, it's coming up. Mm-hmm. Oh, y'all Capricorn, sit down.
So Janine Acapella says, Steph, where did you find Phil? Tamika.
That's my friend. How long we been friends, friend? How long we been friends? How long we been
20
friends,
plus
friend?
years. 20 plus years.
That's right. That's right.
He got a good spirit, though. I mean, we don't agree on everything he's saying, but he speaks his mind.
That's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be.
Yes.
We shouldn't always agree on everything. We
Of
gotta,
course. Demetrius, come on. I know you got more comments to read.
Well, they said, "Men, give us your best wisdom or advice as a black man to a black woman so that we can feel protected, not neglected, nor disrespected."
Oh, please, I can't wait to hear this. Let me take my glass off.
Let me get my phone out.
Yeah, let me pull it
Okay, let's record.
because I want to hear this. Phil, did you hear that question?
Let me get my phone.
Did you hear the question?
Listen, wait a minute. We're actively listening.
Exactly.
I'm gonna mute myself so no issues.
With our ears and not our emotions.
Okay.
We are actively listening because this is a great question to ask the men. Okay, so
I
read
didn't
it
hear-
one more time.
what was the question? What was the question again?
The question is, men, give us your best wisdom or advice as a black man to a black woman so that we can feel protected, not neglected, nor disrespected.
Yes, I love that.
I'm ready.
So she bringing it around full circle so you can give us all the tea.
Yes, give us the best advice. Yes.
Whoever
Whoever want to go first, no rush. No rush.
We'll let my man Joe go because he's
Sandy too say that their responses are gonna piss me off. I know it.
Sandy. Listening.
No, all right, I'll go. Actually, on the
Okay, no. Phil, before you go, make sure you pull in because we can't hardly hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you. You're gonna have to come closer so we can actively listen with our ears.
They said they got things stretched open, child.
Okay.
Take your time.
Take your time.
And yes, Angel, it is.
We're at the church right now. No, actually, I think we need to start with honesty. Really. I think and when I say honesty, I don't mean just a man being honest to the woman. I mean the woman being also honest in what she's taking in from that man. Like when I say, sometimes you have to really listen and listen to what the person saying, not hear with your emotions. Just because a man is saying, he may adore you, he may do certain things, and he's giving you this, you still have to understand and watch for the red flags that he's also showing you that this is not what he wants in his life. All men aren't going to be honest. All men aren't going to tell a woman, I don't want a future with you. Some men, they really, it's not going to happen that way. So you have to also be honest enough to know that if his signs are showing you that, be honest within yourself to be like, this isn't for me and move on. The reason that honesty is important is because, as you said earlier, as you just said, that might be the wrong spouse for you. It's not to say this person is bad or negative. It's just not the person for you. And in the ages we are, in the age brackets, I'm gonna say, and I would get this to any brothers and sisters from, I'm gonna say about mid-20s on up, because as Tamika said, in your early 20s, some of us are fortunate enough to maybe find that partner, marry and all that type of thing, but most of us probably won't, because we are in a different mental space and whatever. But as you mature, you know, the honesty is most important in the aspect of it. If you're honest with the woman knows how to gauge, you know how to move accordingly with you, which means she know if you're a man there that's going to be a man that's going to be able to protect her or leave her unprotected. And a woman, if she's honest enough with herself, she knows if this guy ain't shit, he's not one that I would want to lean on to be my lion to this lioness. A lot of us, we don't, because a lot of us, we are emotional people. So we do want to believe in what our emotions are telling us more than what honest actions and truth are telling us. I'm pretty forward, you know, I mean, not saying I've always been that way, but I'm pretty forward. There are some women out here, some men both that are pretty forward, but majority of people aren't forward. So I feel like as long as we honest with each other, a woman will always have that security, as you said, that trust and security in you. So she will feel protected, because as a friend, me and Tamika have known each other 20 years. And I just think even as a friend, she can have trust in me in our relationship, is that she can feel protected in my space. She feels like I'm a man that wants her well-being, but always that. And I always say, women, when it comes to protection, it's not always about maybe the man you choose intimately. Look at the men that are around you. It could be your uncles, brothers, friends, whatever, who give you a shield and a fortress of protection that sometimes you won't see because you only look for within that intimate partner. So I think if we just honest with our emotions and feelings, a lot of those things that come to fruition. But as long as we not, you know, sometimes, you know, they work out the wrong way. And that's men and women on both sides. Just how I see it.
I was actively listening.
Me too, sis.
Okay. Next.
Joe got it.
Oh, okay. Well, first I want to say, black men love black women for the majority of us, because I think it's 86 or 87% of black men marry black women. So, I mean, black women has always been a positive influence in my life. It begins with my grandmother and my mom, from my aunts. And so you guys have always had a special place in my heart, you know, so I have nothing but good, good influences as far as black women are concerned in my life. So you guys are so sacrificial. I mean, you sacrifice, you're the mother of the child, and you nurture that child and bring that child up. You're the first teacher of that child. So I have nothing but adoration for you. What was the question again? So I just want how much I appreciate black women. They are truly amazing.
I like the fact that
thank you, Joe. I appreciate
you
that.
saying that, Joe. Yes. So
Yeah.
you got the question, because I can't find it right now.
The question is,
How do we give wisdom on protecting? And
Yes.
can you give advice on, okay, man, give us your best wisdom or advice as a black man to a black woman so that she can feel protected, not neglected, nor disrespected?
Funny thing is, when some of your best qualities is your communication to us. And sometimes my battery about to.
Damn it!
I think his battery just went.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
That was the
Joe was about to spit. He was about
Thank you, Joe.
solid. Oh, his
You need to
battery.
find your charger.
So now, Mr. Long, that means you gotta go because Joe got froze.
Okay. All right, let me see.
Do you
Men
remember?
give us, yeah, I'm looking at it. Lay. Men give us your best wisdom or advice as a black man to a black woman so that she can feel protected, not neglected, nor disrespected. I'm gonna take this out of Tameka's book because I've seen her do this before. All right, so protective, okay. Capable of or intended to protect someone or something. How can I give you advice to show you that I can protect you as a black male to a black female, right? So I don't know. The only thing I can do is show you the example that kind of what, me and Steph went through at a young age. Just, I don't know, man. It's hard to kind of explain that one. Just being that provider, just being there for her, letting her know that I can do it. I can, protective, meaning, yeah, I can protect her from harm as much as possible. At the same time, I can protect her feelings when she's feeling a certain way, or I can protect her emotions, or just being there for her. I mean, I can protect her from harm as much as possible, but at the same time, that's one of my fears, is not to be there to protect her. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that in this world, we got to get out there and we got to live our lives. But that's a hard one, to kind of explain how can we protect you, just being there and just showing you that we can be that person that you want us to be, or that man that you want us to be. Not neglected. Steph talks to me about it all the time. I need to woo her. I need you to woo me, right? Just because we're still married doesn't mean you shouldn't date me. Continue to woo me. So I look at that as not neglecting her as a woman right now, even though we've been married for 26 years. And there are times where she said, yo, dude, you messing up. You know what I'm saying? You're not wooing me, right? And I tell her, hey, listen, I don't need you to tell me to get you flowers. Just let me get you flowers. And, as we got older, she's not really a roses type girl. She just loves to, for me to think outside the box to get her something. So not neglect who she is as a woman, and continue to let her know that I love her and to show it. And then disrespect it. I mean, that's self-explanatory, to make sure that I don't disrespect her or allow anybody to disrespect her. And that kind of goes hand in hand with protection, right? So we're protected. But disrespected, meaning, another thing can be, just, I don't know, just not talking down at her, not allowing her to be a part of the decision-making process when it comes to, some of the things that we're doing and that we want to do as a couple, as a family, just kind of neglecting her feelings all around, and just keeping her involved and communicating with her from day one, from step one. Anything that happens in our house, it goes through both of us. So, I don't want to disrespect her in that way. Just that piece where I have to keep you involved and communicate with you, and not say it's going to be this way and that is it. I'm the man of the house. That is it. So that's not what I want. If we can sum all that up and what I just said, I think that's kind of how you can, protect our black women, not neglect our black women, and not disrespect our black women. So,
Okay.
Great answer. Great answer.
Note for us ladies.
Great answer. That was the T.
Yeah.
Jasmine said she got just 2 cents to me just before you say something. Go ahead.
Okay.
What I would want my man to say about me is his job. Read an example as you said.
I can't hear her.
I said, thank you, Daddy. You said that well said. I said that's how I would want someone that I'm dating or married to respond. So great job.
Oh.
Thank you.
Sweet.
So Angel X Baby 88 said, why does men cheat if the wife give him everything? She's
You would have to
perfect.
ask a
So
cheating man that.
I don't know.
What you
She would have
said?
to ask a cheating man's that.
Ooh.
Oh, There you
You
go.
say you would have to ask a cheating man that because they wouldn't know.
That was a good answer, Phil. You was on your feet
Right.
for that one.
Okay. They say Joe knows how to love. Oh,
I know.
call him Big Joe.
They said Joe knows how to love because Joe is quiet and chill, and most
Give me
women
love.
appreciate that.
No, they said because
Joe's
started
quiet
off
and
his
chill.
conversation with gratitude
Yes,
to the
they say
black
he
woman.
started the conversation off with gratitude, appreciating black women.
Definitely.
Yes.
They said Joe is wise because he and Mr. Long listen and hear. They don't just talk and control. There's more than one reason why folks are single. You step in your seat.
It was probably a
My
single.
glass is
It was
empty.
probably but that's the thing.
Wow.
What usually happens is a person put their attributes on you. That's probably why they're single, and they feel as though, well, that's probably why he's single. Well, no, that's probably why that person's single. Who said that? Who gave that question?
I cannot.
Yeah,
Oh, he flipped that on him.
yeah, and that's probably why they're single. They probably
That's
don't
why
listen, they
you're
probably talk
single.
too much, and they say, well, that's probably why he's single because they're really saying, I know I'm single because I don't listen, I talk too much, so they're gonna put it on me.
Well, Phil, just to answer what you just said, they said, thank you, Steph, for having this platform. It's a blessing. God bless everyone that's here tonight, including Phil. I know.
Okay, Keisha Lachey said, "What I don't understand is how some men will disrespect black women, but will worship a white woman, but the black man came from a black woman."
Okay, but remember we said this about black
We don't
women
have
and
much
black men.
time.
Yeah, that's a whole other topic.
Don't get me started.
I'm gonna throw this at
Phil
her real
is
quick.
wrong again.
Get started on that topic.
Okay, we ain't gonna get you started. Okay.
What happened, James?
I was
Oh,
gonna
she said,
throw, I
Phil,
was
I
gonna
have
throw
my
that at her,
man
but,
right here.
I'm good. I'll wait.
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna throw that at her, but I think that'll start something else.
What you gonna throw at her?
Who's
What was
side-
the question? What was the question again, to Demetrius, about the white woman?
Why do? Hold on.
Excuse me.
What I don't understand is how some men will disrespect black women, but will worship a white woman, but the black man came from a black woman.
Right. I guess it all depends. But me and Steph talk about this all the time. So let's say both of y'all went to college, Tameka, Beauty, and well, Steph too. All three of y'all went to college. I don't know too much about Phil. So when you're in college, you know, most college kids, first year, second year, kind of struggling. You know, it's college. We struggling. You know what I mean? Trying to eat. You know, trying to pay our tuition, stuff like that. So what generally happens when they with a white girl in college? Anybody know?
Yeah.
They what now?
Yeah.
What generally happens when with the white girl in college?
Yeah.
Demetrius talking my head.
I mean, I feel like they cater to the men.
They can't.
Cater.
Yeah.
Like
Thank
anything,
you, head.
like I can do it. I can do this. Like I do that. They
Right.
the do it girls.
So if I'm a let's just throw it out there. If I'm a basketball player, football player, I got the potential to make it to the NBA, NFL, right? What generally happens? The white girl gonna do what? What she gonna do? She gonna take care of me
Gonna wash
all
your
the
clothes,
way.
some food. She gonna go to the game. She gonna pick up your dirty clothes. She gonna feed the team. She gonna do everything.
I've seen this. So this is not just something I'm saying.
it's true.
She's gonna do all that, and
Yep.
then she's gonna wait and just be patient.
Yeah.
Most sisters ain't gonna do that,
No, you're not.
right? In that situation. So
Listen, I'm not by.
I'm not.
Oh, Lee Green said she gonna have bake sales. What? That is another discussion that we can have on another day.
No,
Okay?
I am not.
Yes, because that is a good question. That is.
I'm not doing it.
About the black men, white women thing.
Yes.
I guess you gotta ask black again. You're gonna have to deal with black men that are infatuated with white women because
Yeah, you gotta ask. You gotta
I don't
ask the
see it
women.
that way. I
Oh,
don't see it that way. Oh,
Angel X Baby said the black girl was trained to not cater to a man that isn't her husband.
Yeah.
I was taught that. Facts. That was me. 100. That was me.
And honestly, I'm starting to think like, you know, for I guess the women that's out there that have their fathers in their lives, oh, you would not be doing that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be doing that. Because
Well,
my father was like, no, you don't do it.
My dad is my first example, so I feel like I gotta show my dad what I can do for my husband.
Oh, did you hear what Jasmine
So
said?
for me, I feel like that's
You gotta
not
come
true.
over. You gotta come over. They can't hear you. They can't hear you.
You relate the message.
No, child, I can't sum all that up for you.
What she like?
Girl,
black men aren't infatuated with. I don't think black men aren't infatuated with white women in the way that a lot of this is getting put out there. Either.
No, I don't think they're saying that you're infatuated with it. I think what society is putting out is that, okay, when a black man gets to a certain level in status, they decide to go wife up
Right.
a white woman versus the
Right.
black woman who was there holding you down, who may have got tired of your shit, but now, oh, well, I'm on to the next one. And the next
But
one is a white.
again, that's still something that is strategically put in front of you where the numbers don't really and the relationships don't really back that up. But if I put a few entertainers, stars, and make you believe that, hey, see these few right here, you start to believe in that. It doesn't happen that much as it is.
No, we're not saying it's everybody. We know that's
I know, I'm
not the whole case.
It doesn't happen as much as because black men, because you can say black men start feeling that way too, because it's like when you get black women of a certain status, it's like, well, do they marry a certain like?
No.
A lot of times it be athletes and entertainers, but then you see the same thing with, you get some of these women, you get the Serenas, they'll throw Michael Jordan out there and show Michael Jordan with his new white wife, but they won't term it the same way as they show Serena with her white husband.
I mean,
black men can look at that and say,
it's a downgrade. Tim.
they
But then the narrative will change. Oh, well, she don't went with him because, her black man wasn't treating her right.
Yes.
Which, who's to say that's not true?
But who's to say that is true? So it's the black man didn't treat her right. That's why she chose the white woman. And then it's the black man didn't want the black woman. That's why he chose white. You see how it's always the black man made some kind of mistake to either make that black woman go white or he decided to shit on the black. You know what I mean? We got to look at narratives with a lot of shit. It's not always just.
So it's up to us as a black community to change the narratives that's put out there.
Yeah, and it's also us in the black community does not take in a lot of shit that's presented to us, especially when we, like Joe said, hard facts show damn near 90% of black people marry black people. So he said 86. Rounded off, that's 90.
We ain't round the shit off. We need.
Okay, well, if you say 86% of black people are married to black people, so are you going to say now, do we start doing this little pin? Well, it's 11% of that. 11% of that is black men marrying white or 9%. We start doing this little bullshit with that shit. You know what I mean? Well, it's black men ain't shit because out of that 14%, 8% of it is black men. So that means only 6% of black women marry.
We do.
You see, that's how you manipulate numbers and things to make people believe in something that's not really all true.
True.
You're right.
Most of us.
That's news. That's social media in general.
Yeah, but most of us marry us. Most of us marry us. We build families. It go back to the whole beginning of it. That's why I say I think a lot of it. It's a nice show. It was a great show. I'm glad y'all invited me. I had a lot of fun with it. But it goes back to the start. If the man and the woman stops, if we could we got to stop bickering, and then as a whole, we protect the black family. That's how we change the narrative. The narrative now, we present our own imagery, our own things. Can't nobody, screw it up. But as long as we are at odds, all types of confusion. So it's the black man like, well, black women, they gotta get they, you know what I mean? They need to do this, they need to do that. Black women like, well, y'all need to get shit together. And we so bumping heads so much back and forth, we not even realizing we kind of causing our own destruction.
Yeah, because the black men need to get on board. That's the issue.
But see,
I'm
that's
sorry,
the
that's
problem right
but
there.
you
It's not the
you
issue.
know
It's
it is the issue because at the end of the day, black women support our black men. We
can't
do
listen.
wholeheartedly.
The reason I say you can't say that, the reason I say you
We
can't say that,
do.
because being a black woman, all you can, the reason, let me tell you what black men don't do. We don't be, what a lot of us don't do is say, well, black men, y'all, black women, y'all ain't this, y'all ain't that. You know why? Because as a black man, I can't speak completely for black women. Black women always feel as though they can speak for everything that a man knows, a man does, or this, that, and the other. Well, black men need to get on board. You can only really speak for your own personal issue or people around it. Because just like I could say, well, black women need to get their shit together, James could say, black women got their shit together because his woman has her shit. You know what I mean? So you can't.
I hear what you're saying, Phil.
But what a lot of us do, we speak as a mass because maybe our circle ain't got our shit right. So we put it on everybody and we can't.
No, I think I know. I just don't think. I know the circle of women that I deal with on a daily basis got their
your
shit
circle.
together.
That's your
yes,
circle.
my circle. And a majority of women feel this way. Yes. There are majority of women feel this way. That at the end of the wait a minute. Hold up now. Hold up.
Go ahead. Majority of women feel this way. So if I say
at the end of the day, I don't care what you say. And anybody say, at the end of the day, black women we always support our black men. Whether you rich, poor, or broke. It's women out here they dealing with men and got shit, but love the shit out of their ass because they see the potential of their ass. So you can't sit up here and tell me
and they're
that
rich black men that bring black
men feel the same way about us. No, they don't. Because the first thing they say is the whole, like we started beginning the conversation. I know this thing can go on and on. We independent. We think we do everything ourselves and all this other shit. But the reason why we feel that way, because we're forced to do these things ourselves. Because when we ask on the men to come over and mow my lawn, it's a mother problem.
See, that's some bullshit right there. That's some bullshit right there.
So that's what I'm saying.
Well, I don't know, lawn. Now I get people to do it for me.
Wait, hear me out, because I was in the comments in the beginning. And it's like these little things. I ain't asking you to pay my motherfucking car note. You can pay that shit. You get what I'm saying? I'm telling you, come over here and mow the motherfucking lawn. Trash out. You come over. You know, those type of things that we expect from our man. So at the end of the day, no one can tell me this. I'm sorry. I know you're going to have your point. I have my point. At the end of the day, black women, we support our black men 100%. Even when they lock down. I got a friend that girlfriend locked down. She 40-something years old and still supporting a motherfucker that was locked up. Come on. We support y'all. But at the end of the day, we don't get the same in return.
I'm gonna tell you what has, man. We have been
and that's the issue. So a lot of things that need to be changed. Yes, I'm not saying that we are perfect, but black women and black men need to see more of the value in black women. That's what we need to see. Because we ain't go nowhere. And when we talk about the men, no, it's not. It's true. Y'all not there. Y'all not there.
Answer me this. All right, answer me this. Since we say we're not here, okay. When did this so-called when did this whole shift of black man not being there so-called come about? Was it?
Child, please. Probably
a couple
back
decades ago. Lately, was it?
This has always been the shit. This always been happening. I'm 41 years old. I can ask her, wait a minute, hold up. I remember being 25 and asking the dude, oh, can you get my car detailed? Can you wash it? Go get tickets to car wash. And that's the problem.
What I'm asking you is, has this happened with I'll say within our generation, over these last 40 years, have this always been this way? When did this shift happen?
When did
When
it
y'all started getting in corporate America.
I couldn't hear you. Said what? You said
When
what
y'all
happened?
started getting in corporate America
Thank you, Beauty.
and trying to be like the white man,
Yes.
trying to prove something to them, and then you
Y'all
mad
are
because they're
supposed
not
to,
accepting
right,
of you, so you come home and take your anger out on us.
Yep.
The
Yes.
black man went from, you said basically black man went from a blue collar man and moved into trying to get into corporate America, white collar
Yes.
work. And the second day he did that, he flipped on his black woman.
Yes.
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 Y'all watching too many goddamn TV shows, man.
No.
Y'all gotta
No,
stop.
we're not. No, we're not. Because them black men that was picking cotton in the field, they knew how to take care of their woman.
Yep.
They sure.
I'm not
They
watching.
knew, oh baby, I got you. They was
No.
fucked up when NASA started fucking their women.
Phil, you have to
No, it's not. It's not.
Y'all need to stop this shit.
No,
It's
hey Phil, you don't want to believe this. Phil, you don't want to believe this, but it's the truth.
It
It's
is.
not. No.
It is
no.
so
It's
true.
your truth. It's not
No.
the truth.
But we can say that this is
Okay, here we go. Here we go. We got 3 women on here. Okay, Beauty
You
and
ask any black.
y'all agree. Now we have a whole bunch of women in the comments. This say I. This say I.
They say when they took the black men out of the household.
Come on.
You said
Y'all
you have
don't
women in the
support us
comments.
as
I bet you if it. Listen to me.
What?
I bet you if you had 100 men in the comments right now, they would be saying y'all full of shit. That's the difference. So y'all telling me the men would be agreeing with y'all saying.
No, because that's just not society works. No, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't
They
agree
would
with
go
what we
against
saying.
everything we saying.
They would go against us.
I was saying to you was the black men, we as women, black women, no matter what has happened to you guys, I don't care if you go over to the other side or not. This is what I'm saying.
Sandy
We
just
always support you guys. We always, in every single situation. Okay? Rich
This is
poor.
why-
One more time.
Support y'all.
always.
Make
Y'all
us
never-
always one more time.
It's a
That's-
difference.
The
And we're
biggest
talking
issue
about
is
shifting the narrative and bringing the black family together. The black man needs to see the value in the black woman again. It needs to be, because at the end of the day, you guys are always quick to say that we are independent. I heard that earlier.
Yep.
We strong.
Angry.
I heard that earlier. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all can do it by yourselves. You know what I'm saying? I
quick
heard
question.
that.
Quick
But it's
question.
the
I'm gonna say.
same
I'm
shit.
gonna
It's
ask you
over
this
and
quick
over
question.
again. That's how we bring the black family back, because black women haven't gone anywhere. We want our black man to lead. We want y'all to lead.
This is why I
We
say.
do.
This is why
Let's
I
do
say
it. Let's
a
see what
lot
Phil
of it.
got to say.
This is why I say a lot of it be bullshit, because you kind of speaking off both parts. Because just eventually say you want us to see the value in that person. Could it be at times, because we got to have accountability with some shit. Maybe the person that I may have chose wasn't the person. Because again, you said James and I'm sorry,
Stephanie.
James and his wife, Steph. You said that he's seen the value in her, which made him, and she said we seen that, so that's what made it happen, right? So we can't keep saying, oh, black men need to see the value and they need to see. It happens all the time. Sometimes we choose wrong. Accountability is necessary. The same way black women keep saying, well, we got y'all, we got y'all, we got y'all. Black men be the same way. We got them, we got them, we got them. Divide and conquer went from being brutal to mental. You flip dynamics of family structure, of mentalities, and you create what we have now.
No.
Black women are always, black men ain't black men, they got it. I'm listening to you. Even if I said what you said could have been true, I listen to you, but it's always a small piece of accountability from the woman. It's always the man needs the man, he ain't, and he ain't, and he need that, he ain't.
Okay.
It's always like
A
that.
small piece of accountability.
No, what I'm saying is
a small piece.
A woman won't even throw, and no, she'll say, after she'll run down a million lists of a man, she'll say, well, and we got to get some of our shit together too. No. Run down that goddamn $1 million list that you just ran down on me, and then we can come together and say, this is where we falling apart. Because if you keep giving me 1,000 things, and you only say, well, I'm only messing up on this one thing or these two things, that's where we look at it like, full of shit. Because a lot of black men have just as many gripes with black women. I don't. But I know.
Sure?
But you haven't projected what the gripe is.
Yeah.
You said what?
Y'all haven't stated in all this conversation. Nobody stated what the gripe was with the black woman, besides the fact that we're being masculine, we're trying to be independent, and say that we don't need them. So what is the real gripe about?
You did. That's again. It's you.
Don't say I wasn't listening because I listened.
If you don't choose to hear certain things, it's that I didn't. Outside of masculine, like I said again, if I listen to some with my emotions, I'm not hearing everything you're saying, or I've just kind of dismissed this part and taken this part. Accountability is a gripe that I have with women. We have to be accountable for some shit. Now, I will say it's both parties, but accountability can be a whole goddamn list of about 1,000 things. The one thing a black man will do is listen, a black man has protection, as we say, when you say black men are protecting, but again, a lot of times protection comes in different forms of, I'm not going to sit there and grill a woman on all the things, because you know what? I'm going to say, if I'm going to have that woman, I'm going to be accepted. If I chose to have her, I've chosen to be accepted to some of these things she's coming with. So I'm not going to be griping on a list of things and, oh, this black woman, this, that. I'm not griping on all that shit. But what we always say is, you can't fix something that you know you're doing wrong, that you don't know that you're doing wrong. So if you're not telling me what it is and you just choose to accept it, then I'm not going to know that I'm doing something wrong. So I'm going to think that, oh, this is the only thing. So we running you down a list of things that you can check off and fix if needed. But you're not telling us nothing. You just holding it in. Oh, I'm just going to accept it because I love her. I'm going to keep doing what we do because I'm just going to chill. And when I get to the point where I don't want to deal with it no more, then I'm done. But you can't say that, because if you're not telling that person that they're doing something wrong, how the fuck they going to fix it? Because I'm not telling you doing every minute thing or whatever.
It don't have to be every minute thing. It can be a major thing.
Because what most men do, we feel as though once I'm going to say, this is the woman I'm choosing. You know how women love to say, accept me for my flaws? Well, that's what we're doing. I'm accepting you for those flaws. So if I'm accepting you for those flaws, I'm not going to beat you in the head about them goddamn flaws. I'm accepting your flaws. If I'm not accepting your flaws, then I'm be like, yo, you ain't this and you ain't that. I'm accepting your flaws. I accept your flaws. Then you saying, well, you need to be telling me what I'm doing. It's like,
no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if it's something that irks you, if it's something that's bothering you, but you just, I'm gonna deal with, eventually it'll start festering, right? So if it continues to go on and I don't know I'm doing it, it don't have to be something that you're saying, talking about every day. It can be like, babe, sometimes you be doing this and I don't, it be getting on my nerves. I can try to work on that because, okay, well, I love him. I don't want to get on his nerves. So let me try to work on it. Not saying that it may be fixed. It may be something that can't be fixed overnight because clearly it didn't happen overnight. But if I know that it's something that bothers you, then I can fix it. But if I don't know, because you're just saying, oh, I'm going to accept it, and then it becomes an issue later on because, okay, now she just getting to the point where this shit is just fucking with me, and I just can't deal with it no more, and I'm done. Now we left the question, well, damn, what did I do? Because we don't know that we was doing it because you never said anything. So we are more detailed and giving you stuff on what we don't like. Yes, we are.
Do
y'all like it? No, but
I mean,
hold up. We got somebody that want to ask something.
This is just, I'm the technology and auto person here. So hello, Phil. Jazz.
How you doing,
sweetie?
Hey.
Phil, is your phone is this way, correct? Your phone. What are you
No,
on? What are you
I'm
on
on
for this
iPad.
video?
Yeah,
You're on
iPad.
iPad? Can you turn your iPad this way? Just
Oh.
because audio is
Hold on.
going down into the surface, so it's making you sound muffled. If you turn it this way, you can project a little bit louder. There we go, Phil. Thank you, Phil. Clap. Good job, Phil. Okay.
2 hours later.
Okay, 2
You
hours
always
later.
need a technology person.
Oh, no, see, it's better. Okay.
Oh man.
James,
Tell me something. Tell Phil to get rid of that cricket phone.
Oh shit.
I can't.
Yeah.
James, what's your thoughts about this?
Y'all was going on so long. What
Bar.
is the
Please have some thoughts. We need a married man's thoughts. We got single man, get married man.
okay? What? Give me the topic again, because this thing was going on and on and on and on.
Sure was
The support in black men.
supporting black. It was about
Black women supporting black men. We always supporting. So, what are your thoughts on that? Because Phil had a totally different opinion.
Fine.
Well, I agree.
I'm not discrediting in that.
I agree with Tameka, you know, on what she said when we first started. I do think black women, because I go back to my mother, I go back to my grandmother, you know, and then I try to roll that all up into this generation now. So being that I have 2 daughters, my wife, and you know, my aunts, your aunts, you know, we roll all that up, and I look at the way that they do support their men. You know what I'm saying? And they've always been there. Grandmother has been there. My grandmother, your grandmother. I've always seen the woman supporting the black male. You know what I'm saying? So I,
And
you
male
know,
children.
say again.
And their male children.
And yes, and their male children. I've never seen it to where a black woman wasn't behind, and that's just me. I mean, I see where Phil's coming from. I see where Tameka's coming from, but that's just me and what I saw when I was growing up, as well as my father supporting my mother, or my mother supporting my father in this case. So, you know, that's my upbringing. I saw it. I lived it. You know, and I continue to do it now as you know, as a father and a husband to my, you know, a father to my daughters and a husband to you. So I don't know. I just think that if we look at it and we go back to it, would I be where I am without Steph? You know what I'm saying? Would Barack Obama be where he is without Michelle? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's a strong support system to have that backing. You know, would my grandfather be where he was without my grandmother? You know what I'm saying? Being in the background, pushing and encouraging and inspiring and motivating and just being there for, you know, for that black man. So I don't, you know, that's just kind of how I feel about the situation. But I don't think that me personally, I would have made it through the army without Steph being there for me. So it is what it is.
Here we go again, Mr. Phil.
Well,
Different
wasn't your
strokes.
father, but you, that's what I'm saying. But you came up in a space where you had your father, your mother, your
And my
grandmother.
mother, right.
That's what I'm saying. So basically what I'm saying is you grew up in a space where you had the support of that whole unit. You seen your mother supporting your father doing for your mother. You seen the whole, that's what I mean. Like it wasn't I seen my mother support my father. My father just wasn't being shit as a man. You see what I'm saying?
No,
that's why a lot of women don't realize that it could be an issue maybe in the circle of, like, I don't try to project my circle on everybody else. Like, I could have a circle of dudes to be like, man, black women ain't shit. But that's not, but I'm like, that's that circle over there. You could be with a circle of guys who the black women are the world. So I don't try to be like, no, James, black women ain't shit because my friends say, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's an individual situation.
experiences.
Exactly. Whereas though, like right now, we could say, and not to make us not saying that all black men, but she could be like, well, I just don't feel that black men are stepping to the plate. Steph could say, no, black men are always stepping to the plate because that's what she knows through you. You see what I'm saying? So it's one of them things where I think we've been put in a space where it's just this push of blame on each other, and I don't believe it's that way. I don't believe it's that way. You know why? Because I used to sit there and I hear people say, you know, black men not taking care of their kids or black this type of shit. But all the black men in my circle are all dedicated in their fathers. So I don't know what that circle is. So
I think it's just like
when
any.
I hear that, I'm like, you can't put that on that label on just a unit because that's not what that is over here.
But I think it's like anything else, right? When we focus on what? We don't focus on the positive side of anything. We always focus on the negative side of everything, right? So when we say black men, think about it. The media is not going to show a black male taking care of his family, right? They're going to show a black male doing the opposite.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's that stereotype that's developed from that point on.
So Celie said, but Steph had the opposite.
Of what you had, James. I had
But Phil, you claim you had both parents. Yeah, you still stuck, bro. And Celie says, so James' support came from Steph, who got it from a single mother, Rose. Need to say more. Okay.
Shout out to mother-in-law.
Lee Green said, I saw my great aunt still working for a white family, cleaning and cooking almost every day, and I'm in South Carolina, so it's a different look for me when learning about slavery in school. I love my black folks. They said, Phil, were you in a two-parent household? If not, I understand your point of view to a certain extent.
Yeah, well, I said that earlier. I grew up. I had a part of both. My father, my was raised till I was about 14. He was right there. And when they even after they separated, my dad was still my everyday father. Like that didn't change. So people think, my mom and dad didn't walk out the same bedroom no more, but they were still the same unit raising us as children. And a lot of people try to make that as, oh, you're broken now. Me and my son's mother aren't together anymore, but to make it, she knows me personally. She could tell you, it's not, my son is my life every day.
Yeah.
Not no call. My son is, we share him every day. You know, so you can still create those things if you choose to. You know, and I'm just, you know, so you can still have those things. Like I think sometimes we'll take our circles and stuff and kind of project it over the masses, and it's not, you know, and like James said, the negative part.
Yes, that's what I like.
Because even I could take a woman's circle who have issues with black men, and I could take a woman's circle who have no issues, adore everything about the black men, and you put them together, and the ones that have the negative view will try to still push their view onto the other ones a lot of times. Because it's like, no, well, I'm telling you, they ain't shit. And it's like, I'm telling you, I don't know what you're talking about. They are shit. You know what I mean? They the shit.
But then that's when you agree to disagree.
But what what happens is you say, well, in my space, maybe what I've encountered, that's how it is. And when we do that, again, that's accountability, because I'm not going to try to make your situation my situation. The people I chose, maybe the road I went, this is what I found.
Yeah.
And that's
they say they believe you hang with a circle of men who think black women ain't shit.
Oh Lord.
That's crazy. Okay, so I would say everybody chooses their circles that they decide to be in. But like they were saying how Steph and I grew up in a single parent home. But we support our men.
Yeah.
100%. So our mother didn't instill in us to say, oh, well, all men ain't shit. Have we seen people in her life that ain't shit? Yeah, definitely. But we didn't take it as that. I'm listening, James.
So I love my mother-in-law to death. She did show y'all how to support a male.
Oh, I know. By Johnny B.
Johnny B.
Johnny
Right.
B.
So you did have some kind of example on how to support a male growing up in your household at a young age.
That
Okay, that's what.
and also seeing the other women in our family with husbands,
Yes.
like my grandmother, aunts, and stuff like that. We got to see both sides, kind of. However, everybody's story is different, and you can interpret what you see on your
Yeah.
own accord. So,
Yeah.
what I may see and what made me who I am versus the rest of my sisters, totally different story. That's that story where it comes in different strokes to different folks,
Yes.
That is true.
That's
Right.
true.
and it's okay. It's okay. Everybody is gonna be different. Everybody's gonna take from what they grew up around differently, and my story is different from anybody else's.
All right. Sandy 2 Cents says, if black women are telling you though that we don't feel protected, don't be dismissive by telling us we're wrong or emotional. That's so insulting.
Uh,
Well, I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna wrap this up because, child, we can have a part 2 on this, child, because this is going deep. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say. As a woman, as a black woman, the most important male that should have been in my life was not. Okay, that being my father. So I don't know a father's love like that. I don't know. I didn't get those lessons and those tips on, how to treat how a man should treat you. I didn't even see that in the household. Being with a single mother, I didn't even see how a man is supposed to treat you there, because I think my mama would agree. Everybody she was with, they ain't shit. Okay, I think she would agree with that. However, with that being said, the number one person who should have been the number one role model for me as a male failed me. Okay? So when I became friends with my now husband, okay, and he became the center of my life when we got married, I finally got to experience what it was like to see a father take care of a daughter, a father. It's way deeper than that for me. Yes, the male and female reaction, the connection when it comes to a relationship and stuff. Because that wasn't something I saw every day in my household. So to me, I wanted to change the narrative for myself. I made rules for myself. I wasn't the one that's gonna be catering to no man, and I'm not your wife. Sorry, I wasn't doing that. And people have judged me on that on my channel, saying, okay, well, you wouldn't fix him a plate, or you wouldn't get him some water, and you wasn't his wife, but you gave him the ass. Yeah, because I wanted that ass. You hear me?
Hello and goodbye.
So like we said, back in the day, we're exploring, we're trying to figure out what we like, what we're into and stuff. And as a young woman, I did that. I did that at that age. And yet I found the one. He found me. And no, child, your daddy found me, honey. I'm just gonna put that shit out there. He said I was white in it, honey, okay? No, I saw husband in him.
Exactly.
And
Found each other.
your daughter is over here trying to narrate our relationship.
Because
She playing fair.
it goes back to what I don't know if it was Demetrius or Tameka said before. You had to allow me
Yes,
to come into your space.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. So I think it's important for Black men to be present, to be accountable, whether it be with their children, their spouses, the people who they are, choosing to be in relationships with. Be accountable, be responsible, but at the same time, I just feel like be true to yourself. So I'm gonna agree with you on that, Phil, about being honest. You gotta know who you are, and like you said, marriage ain't for you. And I can respect that, because marriage ain't for everybody. Okay? It's not. You ain't wasting nobody's time, including yourself. You ain't trying to, get to know somebody that you ain't trying to spend the rest of your life with. But at the same time, I still do feel like when it comes to us, being the black woman or the black man, I still feel like the black woman is at the bottom of the list. Yet, when it comes to us and how you talk about our strength and how, we want to be masculine and stuff like that, from the womb coming out. Your child was born a preemie. The strongest person in the NICU is going to be that black female. The black female.
That's a fact.
Okay?
That's a fact.
Then
Yep.
the black male, the white girl, and then the white boy. That's the levels right there, okay? So we didn't have to come out the womb fighting, okay, to be strong and stuff. And y'all can't take that away from us by saying we too damn strong or we too opinionated. We can't help it. It's instilled in us.
It's in our DNA.
Oh God.
We bear children. Let me
Hello.
from that
We
and
bear,
grow it for 9 months.
we bear the
Well,
children,
you want some help.
and we can even turn around and feed the children.
Hello, with our own milk that we can do. So when you start being able to do that, then talk about strength. Because that's the strength that you can't get in no gym. I'm just saying, that's the type of strength you can't get from nobody's gym.
Okay.
You can only get that from the Lord.
Hello.
Absolutely.
Hello. And I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry for this. But the Lord done gave us all as black people. He done gave us strength because we showed and persevered and we are resilient.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't keep us down.
Right.
We'll rise to the occasion. Okay.
We will.
Every time. Every time.
Indeed. That's why I said it's strategically done to make sure we're put at odds because we are the strongest people. So if we can destroy the strongest people, then what? That's why I say we have to find a way to stop all this bickering
Yes.
and realize that. But as long as we keep having this, well, I'm stronger than you. Well, you strong. Well, you need to. We'll create our own demise.
No, I think we was just trying to gain a little bit of insight on how the black men think versus us just saying how we feel. We're giving you the narrative. We're giving you the platform to express your opinions and not just only them hearing our opinions about it.
And that's good. But when the black man gives you how
He like, I'm listening.
when a black man gives you how he thinks, you can't then try to tell him what you should think.
We ain't telling you what you should think. We telling you how we think. So we have a difference of opinion.
Our platform
Yes.
tonight. The black man's platform to give what we think tonight. It's not your platform.
No, it's still our platform.
Actually,
We're just giving you a little leeway.
You tried.
Not all. Not all of it.
That's why we love our black women, because even when it ain't that, we gonna own it anyway. Flex your muscle. You got it.
We gonna own it anyway.
No, we're gonna tell you what it is. We're gonna tell you what the TI is.
Exactly. How we really feeling.
It's not not about trying to make men feel small or anything like that. It's just that, we have to, like you just said, we have to learn how to respect one another and communicate better. We are the only people that can change the narrative of the black family.
That's true. 100%.
And once we come together, it'll be hell for everybody else.
It sure will.
And we need to have our subject on the dogs. Hold it down.
Oh my gosh.
How to hold it down.
That's a deep voice.
We want to talk about how to hold it down. So I'm going to say it is time for us to get ready to end this segment. And I really, really appreciate the male perspective tonight. Phil, you were definitely very honest, very open.
Yes.
If you was gonna hurt somebody's feelings, you just was like, I'm gonna keep it 100 because that's how Phil thinks, okay? And I'm all for that. You don't all have to agree on everything, okay? Mr. Long, thank you. I appreciate you for showing.
Phil and Nafis, thank you as well.
Yes,
Thank you for having me.
Joe, you mean Joe. Joe and Nafis.
Yes, Joe. I really, really appreciated all of y'all on here tonight because this was great discussion. And I think as a whole, black women and black men, we need to have an outlet to where we can discuss things like this and
Yeah.
more conversations like this, other than, you know, that's about building each other up versus tearing each other down. So like right now, we're just seeking to understand.
Yes.
Pretty much seeking to understand. And I would love for you guys to come back on in the future if you don't mind. You said no,
Not a
Phil?
problem.
Oh,
I
he
said
said
sure,
not a problem. Not a problem. Okay. Not if you know how to turn the iPad so we can hear you. Yes, I mean, I think this was like real great conversation tonight, and I know the ladies appreciated it. And you know, I just want y'all to one day come back again. Okay?
Indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I will give
It's
you
good
guys
meeting
a
you
heads
all.
up. I'll give you a heads up what we're gonna be talking about so you can get your dialogue ready. Okay?
Mhm.
We know Phil gonna have some dialogue.
Oh my
But I
God.
like the fact that we all can agree to disagree, regardless of our feelings and our circumstances. Because everybody's circumstances is different. So,
And also agree, because I agree with a lot of what you say. That's the one thing. It's not all just agreeing to disagree. I agree with a lot of things the women say. Like I want my black women to feel protected, safe, the most for anything. So it's always, you know, first and foremost, my mindset is always the black family, the black unit, whatever. So no matter how we get there, that's the goal, to get there and make
yes,
it.
we need to get there. Exactly. And the way you opened it up tonight was perfect. It was perfect. Like
And
we
then we left.
yeah.
I'm messing with him. I'm just messing with him. They said no hard feelings, Phil.
No, he's a good
Oh, I
sport
enjoy it.
too.
It's all
He
fun.
got tough skin.
They say prayers for everyone Wednesday. Let the presidential transition be peaceful.
Yes, I pray
Yes.
that you have a
Wait.
peaceful transition, child.
Yes.
I pray. Once again, thank you, Nista Squad, for showing up tonight. Phil,
And I'll sing for them at a later time.
huh?
I'll do the song at a later time.
Okay. Phil, would you like to leave your Instagram so these ladies can go check Mr. Phil out? They had some comments. They was like, Phil fine.
Actually, I am on Instagram. I'm my Instagram I think is at Phil PHIL _ Adelphia 76.
Could you type that in the comments, bro?
Yes. What else do you do?
How do I put that in there?
Go to the comment where you say post a comment.
He's on an iPad.
Oh, that's right. He on the
Do
iPad.
you have a business or talent that you would
Yes.
like
Tell them what else you do, Phil.
Your shout out.
I'm a single man who is a father of a 20-year-old son. That's who I am.
Oh my goodness.
That's your life. We know that.
That's all I do.
That's smart.
Okay.
Don't give him no more than that.
So James talking about that's smart.
Tamika, you know my Instagram. You can put it in the chat for me.
Oh, could you put it in the chat for him?
Put it in chat, but you want to talk about Revive Looks?
Because I can't put it in the chat. But sure, yes. But no, honestly, I do a lot of things with the youth. You know, I coach, I mentor, I do a lot of things with the youth. Like I say, I'm big on the uplifting of our people and the family, black family or whatever. I'm a pretty solid human being. I'll say that much.
Okay.
But like James said, I won't say but so much. But I'm a pretty solid gentleman.
Okay. Back. Mr. Long.
What's up?
I know you don't want to get your Instagram. I already know the answer to that. However, you want to do a shout out?
Shout out to the ladies. Shout out to the gentleman that came on. It definitely was a positive discussion,
Yes.
and just keep it going. Just keep it up and keep it going. You don't know how many people you're impacting with this this platform.
Thank you.
Yes, very good platform. Very good.
Tameka.
Hi, ladies. Thanks for joining. Thank you for all the guys that have joined us on Women Who Wine. Hopefully, you guys bring a friend. Last night, I spoke about that. For our next episode, make sure you bring a friend. We're trying to take this platform to the next level. These good conversations. But anyway, you guys can follow me on Instagram or on Facebook at Shop Nicole Bay. We offer feminine and timeless fashion for women who is on a budget. You can go to my website at www.nicolebay.com. And yeah, you can kind of explore and see what you like. Right now, I am having a sale that's on 25% off when you buy 2 or more items. So www.nicolebay.com or follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Shop Nicole Bay. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, Tameka. Demetrius.
Beauty.
Don't be a hater all your life.
Never.
Tell her to stop speaking up for you.
Girl, I'm gonna protect my man. See, that's that black woman.
Okay. I'm sorry, they had one piece.
Okay, so as you know, if you want to hear some good vibes, or if you want information on hair and all that kind of stuff, you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Tamitra's Beauty and YouTube at Tamitra's Beauty. For cakes, desserts, treats, baskets, you can follow me on Facebook at Beauty's Delectable Desserts. For classes that haven't resumed yet, but when they do, if you like to get any instruction on
How to keep it spicy in the bedroom.
yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at SNS Twerk Class. And if you want any t-shirts, accessories, or any custom made items, you can follow me on Instagram at Print Stars. And then keep a lookout for our podcast,
The G Spot.
And also for my SNS twerk wear and adult toy line. It's coming, y'all. It's a process, but it's coming.
And once again, thanks everybody for showing up tonight to Women Who Wine. I really appreciate every single one of my niece squads and the male panel that we had tonight. You guys, if you're looking to change your look on a budget, you know I am your girl stylist. I do shopping, I do all of that. However, I'm bringing y'all some new and exciting things to my channel, so I just hope you guys be on the lookout and just stay ready, okay? Because I'm ready, all right? And with that, I just want to let you guys know that next Saturday on January 23rd, we will not be live. So just so y'all know, we are celebrating our sister's grand opening of her daycare facility, West Park Early Learning Center. So we will be in Florida celebrating with her. And also, we will resume Women Who Wine on January 30th. And I can already go ahead and tell y'all the topic. Death to 2020.
Yes.
I'm going to leave you with that. That's all I'm going to leave you with. Death to 2020.
Right now.
Okay?
Death to 2020?
Death to 2020. Come with your funeral get up on, okay?
I know that's right.
We got the
black hat, with the black gloves, all black.
Yes, be ready to give a eulogy, okay? Demetrius, we're gonna need some songs, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna give you a good old church song.
Oh, shucks.
The sparrow.
Oh my God, please don't.
Damn.
Let's go back.
I know. So thank
Please
you
don't.
again. Thank you again. We love y'all, and we will see you guys on January 30th. We'll be back at 9 p.m. And like I said, come dressed for a funeral.
Thanks a lot.
Yes. Bye.
Y'all have a great night. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Phil.